许7分情意，留3分欢喜，甜蜜的心意，你是我的天命。你的双眼又开始在发光，系上了委屈忙碌又认真，笑容与温柔调制的心意最令人难忘。这世间没有太多的大道理，唯有美食才不可能抛弃。闻到一丝香味就能让我的天空放晴。许7分情意，留3分欢喜，欢乐时刻幸福再添一笔。约定的花期，融化的秘密，一起创造更多的回忆。停下日查明，更有新轨迹，所有的梦境全部关于你，是我的天命。
Hello? Hello? Why did all my audio settings just... We're all fucked. Alright, so how many... There says there's 26 chapters, right? So what I was thinking is that we could separate these by... in different days. And of course not do them all at the same time. Like, have separate things loading too. Or like, have other chapters in between. Let's see, there's 26. If we do it in 4 days, it would be 6.5 chapters per. So we could start with that, like see how long it takes us to get through 6 chapters. And depending on how long that takes, then we'll go from there. So I don't want to take any longer than 3 hours per stream, so we'll be looking at 2 to 3 hours, seeing how long we can get through that. 2 to 3 hours. So let's see. What? Google Translate, please. Continue for last chapter position. Is that what it means? No. I want a brand new. Okay, oh, so it does have background music. Okay, hold on. What do you mean last chapter? Put the volume down a little bit. I think it might be a little too loud. What does this say? Why didn't Google Translate help? Well, I want to lower it for myself too, actually. It's a little too loud. Google Chrome. That looks fun to me. Alright. So let's see. The world reflecting in Apocalypse's eyes was bending. He felt as if all of creation was being unraveled in front of him. He felt as if time itself was thrown into a giant agitator. Past, present, and future. Everything was bending together, coming to a halt. Blending together. Black hole. He had read about this in one of Einstein's physics papers. Generally, they are the result of when a massive star, at least 3 times more than the Sun, collapses at the end of their life cycle. The force of gravity is so great that nothing can stop it, and eventually all is reduced to 3 parameters: mass, angular momentum, and electric charge. At that point, the gravitational field is so strong nothing can escape from it, not even light. From the point of view of a faraway observer, the process of being stuck in it will be a slow one due to timeline dilation, right? Yep. In the era known as Event Horizon, and all finite processes are infinite. He received a signal from the outside. All his consciousness is gradually breaking apart. Oh, Colin? Life is but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. You are my Autopocalypse. He shall spurn fate, scorn death, and bear. He hopes above wisdom, grace, and fear. You mean above, or? And you all know, security is mortals' chiefest enemies. Greatest enemy? No. You are. Things bad begun make strong themselves by all. But I don't think the translation's proper. things bad begun make strong themselves by ill. From the very beginning, this was a futile road. My auto-apocalypse. Who are you? You are scared of this discussion, auto-apocalypse. I am blood. Stepped in so far that, should I wait no more, returning were as tedious as a goer. What does that mean? After all this time, you haven't changed in the slightest. Okay, back to normal English. No, you're wrong. Everything is going according to my plans. Your plans? There is no plan. You are trapped in the past, brooding over fate. And fortune on this damn quarrel smiling. Showed like a revel's whore, but all's too weak. Okay, shit. My Colin would never say that. True. But it's something that you would say yourself, auto-apocalypse. Oh. Your life is Macbeth without a supporting cast. Thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, must find it out tonight. Maybe that's why it's weird, because it's like trying to talk like Shakespeare. I see now. You don't know anything. Because you are auto-apocalypse and nothing else. But of course I don't know you. Angels are bright still. Though the brightest fell, though all things foul would wear the brows of grace, yet the grace must still look so. From the beginning, you and I were different. It's been so long, and yet only you aren't able to accept my death. Yes. That's right, I can't accept it. I was like a kid waiting for Christmas to come. Craving for the present known as Colin Kaslana. Oh. Or rather, the Santa Claus called Colin Kaslana. What a silly child. How many more people are you planning to get involved in your crusade until you're satisfied? That's not it. The amount of people's irrelevant. Yeah, Classicato. Like how in a universe without observers there's a song. How the universe without observers, a song praising it will never be born. There's no point to a world without Colin. What a pitiful child. And you are right now. You're nothing more than a madman full of unrecognized feelings. Yikes. Shit. True. So what if I am? It's because the world has left me no other choice that I have to eliminate everything that gets in my way. Even if it's myself. Yes, not even I can't stop myself anymore. Well, Otto's body was no longer able to keep its human shape. The skin made out of liquid metal had peeled off, and the machine underneath can be seen. What the fuck? Weld clenched his teeth as if the power of his entire body was being poured into the Eden Star. I have to do my very best. If I do my best, I can put an end to this chaotic day. If I do my best, Rihanna-san may be able to regain control from him. If I do my best... What? Somehow, watch out. Who's Margaret? Oh shit. Oh, that's young Welt, isn't it? Creating a black hole. What a barbaric ability. This is chapter 1, right? They didn't like put me in some random chapter. What does it say? Oh. When something falls into it's over. Not even light can escape from it. That also means that as long as you don't cross the point of no return, you can escape without going at the speed of light. Oh, he has the Oath of Judah. You were careless, very sure. Uh-oh. Since when you were under the impression that divine keys are unbreakable. There's a copy of the key of binding, fine-tuned to my liking. By using that, I could completely seal the Honkai energy of my target. Now you're no different than a powerless insect. It's no use thinking, my hopeless friend. Your chance to pass judgment on me slipped away. You thought you had won, so you lowered your guard, and as a result, your divine key was defenseless. This is our difference in battle experience. Regret coming at me unprepared. Oh shit. In just a moment, Shkishkal's overseer turned the tide onto what seemed to be a clear victory. My hand, Margaret's leg. Einstein and Tesla, who have been hurt and lost consciousness, are tied. Everyone is trapped by these chains of hatred, unable to escape, unable to resist. Wait. What's that? A helicopter? Did it crash? Have you been captured too? Professor Planck, Joachim? What is the meaning of this? Why are they here? There's a saying that goes, you can wear out iron shoes in fruitless searching, and yet by chance you may find the lost thing without even looking for it. Are you that eager to die? In that case, executing everybody at the same time is no good. Oh, I have an idea. How about I take care of each one of them in front of you? Oh god. Of course, you will be the last. Well, 6 people, 6 chains, 6 deaths. Shall I start with the little kid? Oh, so you plan to sacrifice yourself in his place. How boring. But in honor of your spirit of self-sacrifice, I'll start with someone else. Do you have any brave words this time, owner? I can't hear you. Your voice is too low. Step forward and talk. Hey yo, who's this marker girl? She's cute as hell. Redhead? Hello? You are the one who's lowered his guard, Otto. What's this? What happened? Was the signal cut? No, it's something else. There's a disturbance in the solium. What's on that quickly? Do you remember the prepper spray that is always in your coat's pocket? It's a drug made to suppress solium. It'll harden his liquid skin temporarily. Get rid of this piece of garbage right now. Wait, so it's not... This isn't like real Otto, it's just like one of his like clones or whatever. Emergency hemostasis of my wounds complete. Entering mimicry mode. My fist become a Judas ode that is not inferior to the real thing. Oh shit. Get out of Rihanna-san's body, you damn smug clown. Oh shit. Yeah, it is one of those robot things. Idiot. They're just a borrowed body. Destroying it to take you all out won't hurt me at all. Huh? What's the meaning of this? Was the self-destruction program disabled? You did something really awesome there, my dear Odo-sama. It can't be. You are... What's wrong? Have you forgotten already the voice of the body you stole control from? Wait, that's someone's body? By the way, did you ever imagine things would end up like this? The first time you remodeled my body using the Void Archive? The end of this 100-year-old Theseus ship? Oto-sama sure is a perseverant person. But, did you know? Oh, that's the, fuck, what's the name of it? Who's this? Theseus ship's called that because of Theseus. Rihanna-san? Don't worry. Damn, she's hella cute too. For a robot, losing 1 or 2 parts means nothing. The ones I'm worried about are... in a call, yes. Yes, the professor and the child are okay. Oh yeah, she's hella cute. What was that? Say it again. What happened? I received a message from Cuba. It seems Shishkal has raised his alert level to 0. To 0? Well, can you make a radar? A radar? Make one. Don't play dumb. If the Void Archive is the first key, then you as the first searcher should be able to do the same. What? Did he put his hand in her chest? If you don't understand what I'm saying, take a look at my data. The Earth's atmosphere is like a millifiery troposphere, the most dense layer. This is where clouds can be found. Right. Stratosphere. Due to the rise of temperature, there is almost no vertical mixing in the layer. Mesosphere. Being past of the ozone layer makes this the most diluted layer. And above them, the thermosphere can be found. At this altitude, solar rays ionize molecules to create ionized plasma. This layer is called ionosphere. Hey yo, that picture kinda spicy, right? That's what I was thinking. What's up, lmao? Welcome. It acts as capable of reflective radio waves, allowing them to travel from one side of the Earth to the other one. Due to this, it's possible to locate objects that emit electromagnetic waves even if they can't be seen with the naked eye. The principle behind a radar is not complicated. The amount of energy required is not a lot. If wealth is the first Hersher, then such a machine can be made with one hand. Huh? Is this an intercontinental ballistic missile? Oh shit. Is this the estimated kinetic blast too big? No, this one was dangerous than that. After the Honkai incident in Berlin, HQ has been working on something. An anti-Honkai missile. What is that? Anti-Honkai missiles are artificially condensed and release vast amounts of Honkai energy by producing a physical chain reaction. As a result, everything around is exterminated. Is this the same missile they used in Second Eruption? In short, this weapon is the latest trump card developed against Honkai beasts and Hershers. If it explodes in a place like this, not only are us in danger, but everything that Edison-san did to protect the city would have been for nothing. Damn it, that's crazy! Oh, calm down. We still have a way to save everyone. To protect everyone, I need your help, Welt. Brianna explained the plan in a calmer manner. The logic was very easy to follow. Before the anti-Honkai missile hits the ground, and this flower will destroy the missile's detonator. The machine. What's up? Yo, Edonia, welcome. Auto style. True. Classic. The machine body has a small rocket propeller, and once she knows the location of the missile, she can approach it while it's still in the air. This is where things get complicated, she said. Destroying the detonator will deplete the Abyss flower and my own combat capabilities. To be specific, if we're lucky, Abyss flower will survive due to being made from special materials. As for myself, the solium that my body's made of will evaporate immediately. Damn. After being exposed to extremely high temperatures. There's a price one has to pay to use the power that exceeds the standard output, just like what Schrödinger did in another way. But this alone won't stop the missile's kinetic energy. It will continue to fall while carrying a lot of Honkai energy. While a chain reaction won't occur, it will still cause devastating damage to regular people and buildings. So Welt, your job is to not hesitate and avoid the destruction caused by the missile no matter what. By using the same principle of Eden Star operates on, you should be able to make a shield to protect the entire city. Oh shit. A range of 20 kilometers. By walking up all the Hersher core within your body that make up your DNA, you should be able to withstand it. Assuming Professor Schrödinger wasn't mistaken. Needless to say, this will put a tremendous strain on your already injured body. However, the cost of making one of these anti-Honkai missiles is too high. All those intentions aside, he shouldn't be able to make another one for at least 10 years. God damn! In short, this is the last card he has to play, and all we have to do is win is to destroy it. But then, you will. I am of no importance. You don't have to worry about me, I am. Maybe there could have been a better solution. But the missile is already in the air and will be here in 10 minutes. We don't have the luxury to take our time. No need to feel bad about this. Also, well, I'll say it again. When we are carrying out this plan, if your energy output exceeds the limit of what you can handle, the wound caused by the key of binding could reopen and get worse. To the point, they may claim your life. Still, this is something only I can do. It's the same for me. Destroying the detonator before the missile hits the ground, that's a job only I can do. That's all there is to it. Damn. Rihanna inserted her fingers into the liquefied solium in her waist. As she moved her arms slowly, you can tell her power is going up. Two small propellers about the size of teacups came out of her body. I'll leave the rest to you. Yeah, leave it to me. There's something only I can do. I'll make sure to do it properly. That day, we tried to stop a frightening anti-Honkai missile. Me and Margaret-sama. No, even if the professors had been awake, nobody would have opposed to this crazy plan. I say crazy because in the previous civilization, they used the core of the first Hersher to make the Void Archive, and never once carried a large-scale plan such as this. The reason is very simple. The Void Archive can't withstand the energy output needed in the first place. What-sama? The Hersher who tried to do this didn't come out unscathed. As for the ignorant citizens of New York, they thought a meteorite fell on the city. Oh shit. The Empire State Building was destroyed and the Fifth Avenue became a sea of fire. But the citizens are safe. Aside from certain people who weren't from this city, we managed to achieve 0 casualties. Huh. Yes, truly amazing, but it wasn't the miracle. Because he knew it would be possible if he did his best. Winter is over and spring has come. Professor Einstein and Tesla woke up next to each other in a hospital bed. It was a bit surprising how they accepted everything that happened over this winter very calmly. Thanks to Professor Planck's empty city stratagem, presenting a bold front to conceal a weak defense, Otto took no further hostile actions. Using the power of the Hersher reason, Gretchen took Walt's place. Meanwhile, the professors spent their time being interviewed by the media. We tried our best to not stand out, but our enemies seemed to know we are still alive and strong as ever. That was enough for us. And the price we had to pay for that was a boy once known as Joachim. Rather than healing, the wounds in his heart only grew bigger. In a single day, he lost his father, the hero he admired, and even his previous life. And lastly, his innocent time as a child. Today is a very special day. John Smith, 53 years old, architect. Today is the first Thanksgiving Day he celebrates in 22 years. As someone from Brooklyn, I take pride on what we accomplished. We managed to rebuild that building. Are we sure this is like the start? And he becomes a Giga Chad. Ayo, true. Wait, are you this doesn't sound like what? Did this thing really start as in another chapter or an actual chapter 1? Bro, I think we were not reading. I don't think we were reading chapter 1. Hold on. I should have double checked this way beforehand. Oh my god, yeah, that was the last chapter. What the fuck? Oh, but why? You just watched the final chapter? God damn it. Well, I should have just started from here, not go to start. Well, let's just try to forget that happened. So let's think about it like as like, you know how like those movies that start with like the big climax and then they're like, whoa, before that happened, and then it goes to the beginning. Okay, let's just think about that. Let's just think that's what's going on right now. And we're going back to chapter 1. The car finally stopped. The door appears to be open. The cold air outside carried the pungent smell of smoke. A sneeze. Get off. Whoop. What? Subconsciously looking for the door on the right, it turned out to be closed. Gee, left. The man said impatiently. I thought you finished earlier chapters off screen. No. No, I wanted to start it on stream. I mainly touched the door on the other side and bent my waist in the shape of a shrimp. Because he was afraid of hitting his head against the door frame, he didn't dare to strain his back until he took 2 or 3 steps out of the car. There's no way. Who keeps my head in a black bag? Walk. Oh, what? So he's kidnapped? The source of the sound grabbed my arm and pulled forward without a word. That's a lot of power. The other party should be a burly man. Boom. The sound of the doors closing and the engine starting came from behind. What? I lost my mind for a while and ended up slipping like an idiot. Idiot, look at the road. I thought he had a bag on his head. I would like to see the road, yeah, see? The ground seemed to be wet and the cold air eroded. The little heat remaining in the trousers. Just like that, I don't know how long it took. The surroundings are getting quieter. The shrill howling of an owl could be faintly heard. Feel. No, they shouldn't be planning to get rid of me, are they? After all, it is an important sample and should not... What? Who is it me anymore? There seems to be someone writing with a pen in front of him, or paddling something. You can go back. Inorganic female voice? What? It is a female voice that's so calm and emotionless, it doesn't sound very old. Maybe it's a role like a secretary. Yes, miss. The big hand holding the arm finally let go. There was a sound of windbreaker rubbing, then came the sound of footsteps fading away. Hey. Girl. You mean Einstein? 2257 GTM, October 20th. Thank you, guinea pig. What? Without a psychological preparation, the hood was torn off with a swoosh. The elastic band that closed him mouth scratched his nose fiercely, which was very painful. Quiet. The girl with messy hair reminded calmly, "Follow me." She didn't give me much opportunity to look at my face. She also knew that I had nowhere to run. There seemed to be the campus of some university. The dazzling street lamps cast terrifying projections of vegetation on the hard road, and the pale light and shadow of the small building in front. Unable to stop, I began to imagine myself running away in embarrassment. Bite your fingers. Shred clothes. Yelling hysterically. The delirium waved his hands. He was finally knocked to the ground with a sedative gun. Or worse. There you will hear the screams of despair. What is this? Note, the lines Walter thinks of are from Dante's Divine Comedy. Ah. Dante's Inferno, or which one? Oh, well, yeah, probably. We will see ancient ghosts tormented. They're all screaming for a second death. Do not be afraid. Wait, what'd you say? Hold on. It's not like the other labs. She seems to be able to read through my anxiety easily. Laboratory 42 of the Imperial Academy. She explained to herself. Welcome home. Home? Sit. The girl pointed at the sofa in the hall. Tea or coffee? Ooh, coffee please. I recommend tea. The air in London is terrible. Oh. Okay, tea, I guess. What? Einstein. She suddenly spoke German with a serious look on her face. Einstein? A stone? Dr. Einstein. Liesel Albert Einstein. She pointed to herself and then to me. Your name? Omega 1? I have it on my profile. Omega 1 does not count as a human name. Then I don't have a name. Inconvenient. She shook her head. Having said that, there's nothing I can do after all. Walter. Welt. Ah. So she gives him his name? I think this name suits you well. Whatever. Oh, I guess Omega equals W? Welt equals world. As an outcast of the world, it is interesting to have such a name. Well, let's examine the body, Walter. Walter. Sounds so funny. Yes. Another bunch of electrodes to put on, and maybe a blood draw or a bone marrow aspirate. It's already commonplace. No, don't get up. Just sit there. Extend the soles of your feet. Oh. What? Feet? Soles? Take your shoes and socks off. I want to observe the soles of your feet. What is this for? It's getting late. We should rest early. What? The sole of the foot can accurately and intuitively reflect the health of your body, and it's quick to check. Find a toothbrush and scratch it. And many more. You mean then we can see? Wait, is she gonna scratch his feet with the toothbrush? Correct. Comprehension is excellent. That is not right anywhere. Yes. What? Seeking Walter's listless appearance, Dr. Einstein decided to make a joke to cheer him up. What the hell's going on with this doctor? You sleep in room 105 here. She pointed to the corridor beside her. I live upstairs. Oh? Good night. You can forget about your guinea pig identity. She walked away without looking back. Only the former guinea pig was left standing in place. So he's all alone. The man named Walter couldn't figure out what happened. Since he had memories, no one had given him such inexplicable freedom so thoughtlessly. Although this, since he had memories, wasn't that long ago. Deceased 3 years ago, he opened his eyes from the chaos. Strange men and women looked at him and asked all kinds of questions that a lost child would face. What is your name? Where did you live before? What country are you from? It's a weird feeling, you know, the answers. But you just can't coagulate them in your brain. It was as if all the nerves connecting the sea of memory had been burned. I have no idea. This is the only answer the youth can give. He remembered how to speak. He wondered if he should be thankful for it. German, English, Russian, Latin, even Japanese, and Chinese. He didn't understand why he knew so many languages. Damn. Mr. Worldwide out here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 languages? Shit. Who am I? He naturally asked such a question. We don't know either. That's what the other party answered. Then he started talking to himself. I can't see. Destiny? This is a secret organization with a long history. It's true, the master of the world and the savior of mankind. Collapse is a disaster that science cannot yet perfectly explain. It has polluted the human world since civilization began, transforming peaceful creatures into terrifying demons. These monsters, dubbed the Honkai beasts, have eerie plastic skins that make people shudder. Well, yeah, it's too big. I can't even read the top and bottom. Own. The amnesia itself is the only survivor of a crash event. The location is in Berlin, in an unknown building. The surviving body hides a huge secret. In order to save more people in the world, accepting human experiments, and I don't know what that says. Did Locke tell me? This body surviving hides in order to save more people in the world. Accepting human experiments arranged by them is the only correct choice. A month, another month, another month. 1 year, another year. The youth number Omega-1 was taken to one laboratory after another, repeating the exact same thing. Endure unbearable pain. Yikes. Please cooperate with us. Think about it for humanity. It's an unavoidable side effect. Bunch of crazy scientists. Saving mankind or something must be a lie. Didn't I say I was a survivor? Then why suffer another misfortune out of thin air? Who are the human beings you keep insisting on? Sometimes I really want to die. Yikes. It's not. There's still a talker who is thinking about himself. Oh, not again. Wait, is this of that night? Oh, where is this? Good October, before I know it is the 22nd letter I wrote to you. The story about a holy maiden that has already been told last time. Before I find something new to talk about, let's talk about things around us. I also heard about that terrible accident in September, and I apologize to you on their behalf. It just so happens that a new lab wants to work with you, and I reckon you'll be able to change places soon. Maybe it will be better than all the previous labs, because I've heard the new head is a solid lady. However, from the standpoint of Destiny Organization, I must also tell you, the experiments you accept are all the sufferings necessary for the existence of a species called Homo sapiens on this planet. The world will always be particularly unfair to some people, and there's no way out. 3 years have passed since the disaster in Berlin. The city has begun to rebuild, and people will gradually forget the horror of that night. However, we all know that the power of evil is slowly accumulating in the cracks of time and space. I'll let you go to the first place, but I didn't let other people go. If we can really understand the principle, then Homo sapiens can literally conquer the natural world with their own wisdom. No one will ever live in fear or deceive themselves. Yes, it is not fair to you, and the recent string of events in particular has been unfair to you, but even I hope you'll understand and forgive it all. The fate of all mankind, in a sense, may be tied to you alone. P.S. Regarding your pre-amnesia experience, as far as I know, the authorities should still be investigating, but as you know, it has been over 3 years, and the possibility of any outcome is only getting smaller and smaller. But I don't believe in the children of the Honkai argument. You're not even a lawyer, are you? Maybe the emergence of new technology will bring the whole thing to the next unexpected turn. Who knows? That new lab is really nice. And you don't want to take the initiative to cooperate with them when you get there. Trust me. Your old friend, Clown Alpha. 1955? Shit. Alas, this guy, it's easy to say. But people also have their own difficulties. After all, it's just an anonymous pen pal arranged for me by some big man. Although the story of St. Karen he told really touched me, obviously I don't intend to pay attention to this kind of political propaganda. St. Karen? Is that even a real saint IRL? Since when did you start looking forward to this monthly update of the story? I'm actually... Let me double check. Catherine of Siena, a lay member of the Dominican order, was a mystic activist author who had a great influence in Italian literature on the Catholic Church. Canonized in 1461, she's also a doctor of the church. Oh wow, it's a small town of Rice famous for its hot springs, which is St. Karen washed the clothing of the village children for 60 years. That's cool. So it's an actual saint. Call 105. The musty wooden door opened indifferently. This should be the place where the inexplicable girl let her sleep the night just now. Lifeless linen curtains, mortuary-like walls. Sure enough, this is the usual style of the laboratory. Are the bread and snacks on the table for me? Chew. Oh, I guess so. OMG. What's in this silence? What's in this slice of bread? How can it be so delicious? This indescribable mushroom fragrance. That's just the right amount of bacon flavor. The smell or aftertaste cannot be described in words. How can it be so delicious? It's great to be alive. Chew. Chew and chew. Chew, chew, chew. After enjoying the supreme delicacy, contentedly, Walter fell into a deep sleep. You call that a delicacy, bro? The next day. There was a heavy rain in the middle of the night. Open the window, the air is so fresh, it's hard to believe that this is the birthplace of the Industrial Revolution. Not far away, a few tits chattered on the branches and the light on the horizon. A few birds. Guys, birds, alright. In the morning light, a butterfly that came from nowhere slowly crawled over the edge of the window. Hey. The butterfly flapped its wings twice and disappeared into the blue sky. The sun shining through the bushes fell on the person, and it seemed that something hard was melting in the young man's heart. Oh, hello. Incredible night, incredible morning. How long has it been since he had not enjoyed such a peaceful peace? The wind and rain, the birdsong, even the buzzing flying insects. At this moment, even if there's a noise of hundreds of decibels, it doesn't matter. Hello, I said, what about you? The young man felt the blow from the back of his head. It's so dark. Huh? How did it fly to the top of their head and turn around? Oh, hey! Tesla, a young woman. Really? Are you deaf? I've called you a few times. Thankfully, I was kind enough to pry the door in. The red-haired perpetrator with double ponytails brutally scolded the young man who fell on the ground with its in his eyes. She's also wearing a white coat. You are? Ha! No one introduced. Halfway through the words, the twin ponytail's gaze stopped on an empty plate. It lay quietly on the desk in the room. Ponytail closed his eyes, put his nose up to it and smelled it intently. What, her nose, you mean? Hello, you don't eat something made of truffles, do you? What? Truffles? The plate was originally filled with slices of bread. It seemed to be some kind of mushroom. Is a truffle you're talking about a type of mushroom? Huh? The red devil ponytail rolled her eyes and almost fainted out of breath. A kind mushroom? You tell me truffles are just a type of mushroom? Damn, that idiot doesn't think so too. She found other odds and ends of suspicious objects beside the empty plates. Tis, gold, flat sugar, atomic fireball, dark chocolate. Everyone makes Tesla angry. Oh, really? She's cute when she's angry. How can you mix truffles with these cheap treats? As she studied the candies, she peeled some and threw them in her mouth until she saw something in the corner. Oh yeah? What's this? Welcome card? It turns out the cards are indeed not edible. Oh. The young man by the window suddenly cried out in delirium. What are you smoking? The young man shouted incoherently as if giving up a certain dignity in his heart. After a while, he held his head to his hands as if surrendering and formed himself into a ball. Oh, what? The young woman seemed to understand something. Then I opened. Look, oh? What? The redhead abuser spoke in a tone of voice as if she were reciting the lines of a radio drama. In a trance, phantoms of candles and whips appeared in front of the youth. Dear Mr. Omega-1, hello. I'm really sorry for calling you that because I don't know your name. Why have you never been so polite to me? The waitress commented on the contents of the cards looked like those father-in-laws who had eaten vinegar. From today, you have become a member of the 42 Laboratory of the Imperial Academy. Of course, this laboratory has nothing to do with the British government, but an independent organization. Unlike those laboratories with heavy physical and chemical facilities, we are a research institute based on galosis analysis and Turing simulations. It will not have a visible impact on your... Huh? She wrote this. Can you understand it? What you may not know is that I've been following you since that disaster 3 years ago. You as a sample, you as a life, you as a human being. In a sense, your existence has long been an inedible mark in my life. Indelible. Oh, she's mad again. The redhead perpetrator suddenly lost her mind and threw her fist into the air in delirium. Hateful. This is definitely intentional flirting. I'm sure I'll see it too. Wait, what? You. She held up 2 fingers together and stared at the young man, curled up in the ground with contempt. Yes? You know this wordplay too. Here. In addition to a steady life, there can be no other meaning here, right? What you think? Is flirting with her? Well, of course. No matter what, I only met her yesterday. The poor young man with his flushed face seemed to be even more unconvincing. The side of the double ponytail was so straight that it seems that it can shoot a deadly light at any time. Uh-oh. I'm ashamed to read it like this. The young man, who did not dare to look at each other, hugged his head and shouted loudly. The other party looked at the young man again, with the same look at garbage, and closed his eyes. Forget it. I'll let you go on this matter. If you really dare to think anything outrageous, this lady will castrate you first. Oh, shit. Alas. Omitted before. I know that people who have just met will not be very convincing. However, please believe. Here you will experience a new life. Swear by food. Dr. Liesel Albert Einstein, 1955, 1020. After reading the last part of the card unpleasantly, the unhappy double ponytail finally remembered something. By the way, you didn't know me, do you? You don't know me, do you? The young man nodded in shock. Introducing myself, Nikola Tesla, just call me Tesla. Anyway, you just need to know that I am also one of the leaders of this lab. The mushroom you eat in my private property, and it's very important to clear. Wait, what? Is my private property. She grabbed the young man's shirt angrily. Let's go, everyone's already in the living room. People? The food thief, otherwise who else? It's the food thief. Wait, was that not his food that he ate? Good morning, Dr. Tesla. How was your breakfast today? Good morning, Einstein. Pulling on the twin tails of Walter's collar, he smacked his lips roughly. You bastard, are you acting like I'm fine? Seems that the quiche is to your liking, that it's really good. The natural roll, who was almost slammed out the nose, sat calmly on the sofa, indifferently eating something that resembled a merengue sandwich. Well, after all, there's plenty of fat and energy. No, don't interrupt me. Very spirited today, Dr. Tesla. I'm not angry with your teeth, snort. Teeth? Dr. Einstein, did you not understand what Dr. Tesla was talking about? Don't play stupid. Did you take that bag of truffles from my room without authorization? Natural, Ro shook his index finger from side to side as expected. Dr. Einstein's friendly reminder. Even if Dr. Tesla likes to go to Trieste for vacation again, it does not mean that the package of mushrooms is the private property of Dr. Tesla. No, Trieste is a port city on the border between Italy and Slovenia. It was once prosperous because it was the main outlet for the Austro-Hungarian Empire. The Friuli region to which it belongs is one of the main producing areas of truffles. The city is also home to the International Center for Theoretical Physics. Tesla is Croatian American, and Trieste has a similar climate to her hometown. Oh, she's Croatian American? That's cool. He ate her food. Oh, okay, that makes sense. But it was in his room. Did Einstein put it in his room? You, what did you say? This is obviously something I bought with all my hard work. Am I mistaken? And truffles are not mushrooms. You call it mushrooms. It's an insult to it. Call. The natural volume sighed helplessly. It was bought with laboratory funds. Of course it is public property. Any questions? Oh shit. She's got a point. That's called borrowing. Next time I have money, I'll pay it back. Make no mistake. If Dr. Tesla continues to insist on false claims, Dr. Einstein will have to report this embezzlement to headquarters. Shit. Tesla's mouth twitched a few times and finally chose to change the subject. This guy locked himself in the bedroom in a daze, so I thought he was going to commit suicide. What? Tesla go to vacation and Einstein let Weld use the room. Oh, I see. So they were, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Who's going to commit suicide? Okay, there it is. Who wants it? Do you know how many times I knocked on the door? Oh, come on. Not to mention that you have a history of depression. Oof. Sorry, for a while. Forgive him, Dr. Tesla. You are too nervous. Einstein licked the grains of salt from his fingertips. Gee, the two of you sing and reconcile. Could it be a long-lost couple? The double ponytail's brow was twisted into a mountain character. Dr. Einstein wouldn't have such a bad boyfriend. What? It's just, no, how bad am I? Self-defeating. Damn. It's easy to give up on oneself without a job. True. I know that feel. The natural curly girl stood up from the sofa bed with the who. So we decided to give you a job. Work? Laboratory assistant. So he's not a guinea pig anymore? Assistant, Oh no, you are no longer a guinea pig. Nice. You are now our partner. Come and be happy. Hey yo, homie's moving up in the world. Alright, let's go. Double ponytail said with a sick reading Buddhist scripture-like tone. Dr. Tesla, we need to tell him exactly what his responsibilities are. Simply put, it's to serve us happy. Huh? For example, bring us tea and water, cook and wash clothes, wipe the floor and wash the toilet when you have nothing to do. Well, I guess it beats being tested on all the time, I guess. Cough, cough. Natural World deliberately cleared her throat. Just kidding, a dumb little white face like you wants to be a servant for us, but we don't want it. Oh, what? I guess not. Cough, cough. Natural World cleared her throat with a louder voice. Alright, I explained it well. Obviously not so long-winded, usually. Ponytail reluctantly put on a pair of red-rimmed glasses that she had found from out of nowhere. Xiaobai face, listen to me. Generally speaking, laboratory assistants of course help with the experiments, but you obviously don't have that ability, do you? The young man nodded. However, we think you can improve our work efficiency, and it's good for you too. Nice. The young man tilted his head blankly. Your job is to plan our days off, arrange for leisure time. It saves us having to think about what to play when we finally have a holiday. So like a secretary for them? Of course, you can also get involved yourself. Doesn't sound so bad, doesn't it? Is there something I didn't explain clearly? To put it simply, your job is to play with us. Wait, what? Or plan, you mean. But don't bother us during working hours. Go to the library by yourself or just wander around. Don't run so far that the organization thinks you're going to run away. We don't want to deal with those plain clothes. Hello? Will it work? If you don't agree, we're going to send you back. Oh. No, don't send him back. Hey, you are silly? I don't think that's the right translation. The red-rimmed glasses tranquilly took their palms in front of the young man's eyes. According to Dr. Einstein, Walter just couldn't believe it. Lae'zel, are you the orc from the Lord of the Rings? Don't deliberately call this doctor and that doctor back and forth. It's annoying. And many more. Who was Walter? Is this little white face? Lae'zel, it's not the name you gave it specifically, is it? Wait, who is the little white face? Him? You? Wait, what? What happened? Oh, next chapter. Chapter 2? Well, that kind of just abruptly ended. But okay, we'll take it. Imperial Academy. Note, the Imperial Institute located in Kingston, London was founded by Queen Victoria in 1888 and became one of the founding members of Imperial College London in 1907. In 1958, the Imperial Academy was renamed Commonwealth Institute and the campus was rebuilt, leaving only the iconic Queen's Tower. Huh. The poor young man who was expelled from the house by the red violent woman is wandering endlessly in this institution of higher learning with a history of nearly 7 years. Poor world. Alright, take the time to go out and familiarize yourself with the environment. Don't come back before noon. I don't know why. I was also a member of the Destiny organization and a feeling of being treated rudely by this girl. Poor world, it doesn't seem so annoying. Huh? I'm thinking about something in a mess. The Imperial Institute. In this institution, there are not only single-family courtyards like the 42 laboratory, but also several tall buildings with mottled walls. Not far away, the powder green dome of the Queen's Tower is covered in dust and rain, showing an indescribably ugly color. As if on such a rare sunny day, it also mocks the usual worrying air pollution. Huh. Wait, no, what the fuck? Why did you... Why did it take us back? Damn it. Wait, chapter 2, right? Na na na, na na na. Here we are. I guess I pressed X by accident. Can you see those spotless, high-tech, high-end research institute? This outdated and star-like place made the young man named Walter feel calm. Although there's no personal freedom in the absolute sense, but at least this magical and powerful organization is temporarily letting itself go. Perhaps. Autumn is getting stronger and the sun warms the cold wind and vein. Leaning sideways on the marble railing by the sidewalk, Walter patted his cheek vigorously. Just thinking of something more positive. Let's go. Take a deep breath. What a beautiful world. There's a large lush woodland to the north of the Institute, which is said to be famous Hyde Park and Kingston Park. But some too talented girls should not be interested. For those elites in ivory towers, the easiest form of relaxation to think of is to lean on a garden bench and close your eyes. So uncreative. Einstein aside, Tesla would definitely be bored. Huh. Or take them to someplace more interesting. There should be a lot of interesting things in London. Walter thought so and decided to try his luck in the library to see if there was any information to check. Of course, he could not have known that the future world would have something as convenient as the internet. Wait, but this is 1955, isn't it? Hello? The librarian was a flirtatious man in a striped short-sleeved shirt and gold-rimmed glasses. He's looking kind of cute. The oldest golden retriever, who was in his 30s, spoke with a strange accent from somewhere. Shunzen, do you want to borrow a zoo? What? That? Walter did feel like he could handle the freak. Excuse me, are there any travel books here? Travel class? Well, it's a kind of book that introduces interesting places in London. That's really not that impressive. The golden room classes spread out their hands regretfully. Why don't you go directly to your newspaper reading room to have a look? I'm really sorry, but the library doesn't have books like the travel yellow pages. Oh, damn. It would be better to say that it's not the hunting range at all. The smile and skin of the gold rim glasses made Walter feel as if he was the freak. I didn't expect too much. Where's the newspaper reading room? If you explain it directly, you may not understand. Well, why don't you come with me? I'm sorry to bother you. It seems that although this guy is a bit contrived, he's really a good person. And many more. The golden rim glasses was about to go forward to lead the way, but suddenly they remembered something and stopped. Do you have a loan card? Oh, I don't think he does. What? What's wrong? Sorry, I don't have a loan card. Oh, this is so hard to do. I'm the new assistant at Lab 42, so... What? 42 Lab? Yes. Walter didn't quite understand why the gold rim glasses suddenly became serious. Oops, Dr. Einstein, his old man, how's your health recently? Old people? What are you talking about? How can Boo and Doctor be old people? The word old man was such a shock that Walter's jaw nearly dropped. Hahaha, sorry, there have been scams in the school recently, so I asked us to be more vigilant. I'm sorry, I tried to you on purpose just now. He lied to you on purpose? Dr. Einstein asked me specifically, but she didn't have a picture of you at the time, so... The golden glasses shrugged his shoulders with his usual smile. To be honest, this method of trying people is still her own suggestion, hahaha. It's okay, I'll get you a research specialist library card now. Borrow whatever you want. No, nice. The golden rim glasses pushed the body on the bridge of his nose with his usual smile. The Times is too serious. The Financial Times is completely unsuitable, but you can see a little bit of it in the Daily Herald and the Daily Mirror. It was noon, and Walter, who had returned from the newsroom, was reviewing his notes and consulting a borrowed portable traffic map. British Museum, Great Russell Street. National Gallery, Trafalgar Square. Theater District, Casino in Chinatown, Leicester Square. Starting from the tourist attraction, you should at least get a passing score, right? In addition to playing, you can also invite them to eat at a restaurant outside, the Big Pot Rice. Delivered by the Research Institute on weekdays, it should not be too delicious just to take the... Although the local British diet is lackluster, yeah, true. Except for the seafood, the dishes from France, Italy, Turkey, India, and other countries are also easy to eat. If you go to Chinatown, there is also the choice. Although I am penniless, since it is a job, reimbursement must be no problem, right? Walter, who thought about it like this, unknowingly returned to the courtyard of Laboratory 42. The single-family Laboratory 42 was a newly built work villa after the war, which is an avant-garde style integrating work and life. Well, that's cool. The first floor is equipped with a study, a workroom, a guest room, various kitchen and bathroom facilities, and even a secret warehouse with a safety door. The second floor is a residential area where men are not allowed to enter. What? And Walter is not very clear about the structure inside. Pink curtains, cream furniture, a room full of candy and puppets. No. No matter what, the researcher's room wouldn't feel like this, and their private laboratory seems to be on that floor as well. so it's the girls only club area. I am back. Opening the door of the villa gently, the young man greeted the empty living room politely. He has maintained his odd habit for as long as he can remember, so much so that the mandate of heaven has seriously investigated the possibility that he was Japanese. Well, you came just in time. Unexpectedly, from the blind spot behind the living room door, the girl with the natural curly books closed her book and walked out. You mean closed her book and walked out? Scared you? Ah, no. That's good. How's the data preparation? Not bad, right? There are quite a lot of sites in London. The girl with natural color expression was indifferent, as if she was not very satisfied with what the young man said. So, what's for lunch today? To put it mildly, she throws out this time-honored worldwide conundrum. For lunch, I'd like to have something interesting nearby. Do you have any advice? In the morning, the young man, who was only looking for information, never conducted a field trip, broke into a cold sweat. The poor guy. How could he possibly figure out what restaurants are around? I can't answer. Are worth visiting in this newcomer place. The girl confirmed with a blank face. The young man shook his head awkwardly. Lunch? Treat? The girl indifferently proposed measures of punishment. I was wrong. The young man lowered his head in frustration. I am so useless. Oh, poor Whelp. At such time, she doesn't say anything else, even if she wants to let herself pick stars. No, you just got scammed out of this month's grant. What? Huh? What? I am not touching porcelain like this. How can you find time to run all over Kensington? The girl mocked the fool who was teased by her with her pity. Cover pasta today. Oh damn, she changed quick. While taking to herself, she took off her white coat and put on an ordinary trench coat. Tesla is still sleeping. We don't care about her. Oh, it's normal for this person to be awake or asleep at any time. There's fast food in the refrigerator. We also have a microwave, no problem. The girl really said a lot of words at once. She lifted the Kong food bag with one hand and grabbed the door handle with the other. Okay, just making sure I didn't know words were at the bottom or something. It's okay. Today's the first day. Don't think I'm going to be angry. She took out her key and began to lock the door. Poor Tesla, right? Hey man, you know what they say, you snooze, you lose. She's asleep, oh well. They got fast food in the fridge. There's the B&A Museum. That's Holy Trinity Church. The girl shook her messy short hair and explained to the young man with a blank expression. People who don't know it will probably regard them as brothers and sisters who haven't seen. Well, A is the first letter of Albert for my name. True. Like to you. It's not a lie to you. Oh, I like that face. What? Never mind, just some silly coincidence. Okay, I don't know what the fuck's going on either. Prince Albert Prince of Consort, full name Francis Albert Augustus Charles Emmanuel. What a fucking name. Was the husband of Queen Victoria of England. The V&A Museum, Victoria and Albert Museum, is named after their husband and wife. Oh. There's a series of landmarks or institutions named after Albert in the UK, all of which were set up by the Queen in honor of Prince Albert after his death. Ah, okay, I see what she's trying to say then. How many times has this conversation been repeated? From the Royal Academy of Music to the Princess Park to the Science Museum to the National History Museum. Should she be enjoying it? What? It seems that it has not gone this far in half a year. The girl stretched her waist and said without looking back. It's really busy with work. The young man thought about it secretly and felt that the two of them had only walked for just over a kilometer. Takes 3 to 4 hours a day. The girl yawned even more lazily. Isn't this only half a day? So you don't understand? Probably for a brain-burning professor like a scientist working for hours is already very hard. But in the previous laboratory, those people were obviously working around the clock. Here. The young man was wondering when the messy hair beside him suddenly stopped. Coffee concerto. Didn't you say you're going to eat pasta? It's an Italian restaurant. The girl pointed to the small blackboard at the entrance of the restaurant. The names of the dishes above are indeed Italian. Nice. But what does an Italian restaurant do with such a name? Just a name, bro. They probably sell coffee and food. Decorative paintings, champagne bottles, desert stands with the eccentric name of Coffee Concerto. This place really looks like an Italian restaurant. The youth and the girl found a double seat and sat down. It was very warm in the store. The two took off their jackets one after another. What? I want that strawberry cake. Oh, that's cool. I like the CG. Well, just this enough? I want... Wait, didn't you say you want to eat spaghetti yourself? That's just an abstract statement. But suddenly I want to eat cake. Oh. I mean, I guess the waiter's looking at you. I want this grilled snail and the seafood noodle. Well, that's all. The waiter walked away satisfied. The girl with nothing to do looked out the window as if thinking about some philosophical question. Dark blue eyes and doll-like round face and lightly natural curls. If it wasn't for that bad hairdo, she would be a pretty beauty. Yikes. Thinking it's such a mess, the young man named Walter realized that this was probably the first time he had looked at the appearance of the talented girl, Dr. Liesel Albert Einstein. There is no doubt that she has a taste of the legendary mad scientist, but at the same time she's also playing with her poor self like the sister next door. Huh. Ein. Huh? Sorry, it's just I accidentally called out. Although I think it's easier to communicate with someone who has a nickname, but it's really weird to split other people's surnames. It doesn't matter, do as you like. Is that so? Thank you very much. The young man scratched his ears while looking left and right. Actually, I have a question that may be rude to ask. It's even more disrespectful to be evasive in front of women. Sorry. The young man felt that he must have misunderstood his mind just now. Just asking about your daily hobbies. Why are you so embarrassed? Dr. Einstein, 51 years old. 51 years old? Right there? What the? It seems that the other party still misunderstanding the disrespect statement. And many more. 51? That's what I'm thinking, bro. What? The unresponsive young man supported his chin that was about to fall with both hands. Lied to you. Divide by 3, probably. Ah, okay. Silly Einstein. 51 divided by 3. 17? Okay, no, I don't think so. Ain't no way you're 17. And many more. 51 divided by 3. 6, 8, 48. 48 divided by 3. 3 gets 16. 6, 9, 54. 54 divided by 3 gets 18. So 51 divided by 3 makes 17. Dr. Einstein was 17. Underage? PhD minor? Isn't it not okay? I mean, I guess if she's like a genius, she probably graduated like super early. By the way, Dr. Tesla is an adult, 4 years older than me, in case you were wondering. Oh. Hey, Walt. Did you hear that? She's 21, bro. Why does this statement seem like she has a negative emotional intelligence score? Walter is no better. I'm going to watch the scenery for a while, so don't talk to me yet. Okay. It's rare that the weather's so good today. As you probably don't know, I've been trying to control myself from talking nonsense lately. Are you sure? My grandfather said, success equals genius plus sweat plus less nonsense. You're the one who's been talking nonsense since a while ago. That's what I'm saying. Whether your character is reticent or nagging, Dr. Einstein didn't understand what personality meant. For a moment, the young man named Walter felt as he was the devil's smile. Oh, that's it? After returning from the cafe concerto, Einstein and Walter accidentally found the Golden Retriever librarian wearing a striped short-sleeved shirt and a gold rimmed glasses at the front of the door of the 42 laboratory. How should I put it? He really wears it outdoors. Ah, Einstein dear, you're back. I like how they have like the different colors depending on like their hair color. For some reason, this man waved his hand to the girl very familiarly. There was a hint of disgust in Walter's height. Oh, bro, what? What's up, Finish? Finish? No wonder this guy only wears short sleeves in winter and speaks English in a very weird tone. If he's Finn, there's nothing strange about it. It's said that when the temperature is 0 degrees, they're still comfortably flipping summer sausages in the backyard. Huh. Although that should be just a joke in the newspaper. No, the frivolous man's words, maybe. 42 labs expedited. The flirty man pulled out an airmail envelope from the folder. Understood. Einstein passed the letter from her left hand slowly while the right hand reached into the pocket of her trench coat and took out the keys. The other party called earlier and said that I hope you can read the letter as soon as you receive it. Said that you surely would be interested. Einstein's right hand, who was fumbling for the key, stopped. Her expression seemed a little impatient. Help me take it apart. Okay, my security level... I said help me take it apart. Haha, although it's a bit strange for me to say that if it's a confidential letter, it's not deliverable at my level. The Finn pushed up his gold rimmed glasses and added, finally. Then I dismantled it. Oh, he opened it? Valtervi ignored the self-indulgent man. Senior Einstein, stay safe. We recently discovered a pretty good game locally. If you're interested, please choose the day to play. I guarantee you will be all excited. As for work, hieroglyphics should be able to represent you. Looking forward to your coming. Schrodinger, 1016 in Billings, Montana. Montana? In the US? Fuck, I did it again. Okay, we should be here. Press the X by accident. Okay, open the letter. There it is. Okay, well. Anyway, the content of this letter is really leisurely enough, although it contains some incomprehensible ghost characters. Why specialize in... To Walter's surprise, Einstein handed the letter to Finn with a serious expression. This is Ada's real name? Is this Ada's real name? The slender fingers point to a string of these thingies, which has no meaning. She should know the name Ida. Why? Why ask this person? Could he be an expert in some field? Who is Ida? What exactly happened? This guy, Schrodinger, will never look for trouble. Einstein seemed to suddenly understand something. Finn, make arrangements now. We're taking the nearest flight to Billings. Walter. Yes? Probably due to the influence of the other party's aura, the new laboratory system tensed up like a soldier. He saluted unconsciously, bro, although he quickly took his hand back. Don't worry about the details. Go upstairs and wake up Tesla, 203. Ines, too busy. Ignoring Walter's stunned expression, Einstein opened the door of the laboratory and ran towards the corridor on the right-hand side of the first floor. There's nothing there but an obtrusive safety door. Next chapter? Alright, 3 chapters. Let's go. Compared to the neat first floor and walkways in the private space on the second floor is a hell on earth. A few minutes ago, Walter would never have imagined that he would find the following things outside the girl's bedroom. Stacked pizza boxes, waste paper piles up into a hill of a garbage chute. Damn. bras, panties, stockings hanging all over the place. Electronic devices of unknown use were littered in the corner, covered with dust. It's hard to imagine that just because the cleaners won't come up, everything will turn into this outrageous look. And in case as seen as the standard configuration of countless single women's private houses, I don't know how many men will be surprised and heartbroken. At least Walter was looking for room 3 with the heavy cart. Probably walked in and was like, man, bitch, you live like this? Dong dong. Click. Surprisingly, the door opened quickly. Wrong, this is the sound of anti-lock. Dr. Tesla, I didn't come up on purpose. Oh no. Ha, are you trying to say you're sleepwalking, Assistant Walter? From the inside of the door came a grumpy, spirited voice, the unmistakable Tesla herself. No, I am not. I mean, Dr. Einstein asked me to wake you up. I didn't sleep. Wait, what? Well, anyway, we now take the nearest flight to America. So, it is America, etc., etc. Where are you going? To the United States. Now? Yes. That America in the United States of America? Yeah. Yes, West Montana. Are you crazy? I can't figure it out either. It's just that short sleeve, no glasses, no. Defin showed her an inexplicable letter and she got serious. What the hell? It says that some Asian game was found. And some words I don't know. Ah yes, the inscription called she... Hey, is it still called Shrai or something? Schrodinger. Exactly, Schrodinger is called Schrodinger. Like, that old thing wants to borrow his students to pick up girls again. What? You don't have to know. Obviously mine. There are obviously 42 laboratories, obviously. The topic seemed too dangerous and Walter, who was standing outside the door, had to cover his ears to keep silent, but the terrifying noise of the ticking bells was still lingering. Okay. Crackling. What? The poor young man collapsed into a pile of pizza boxes, stunned. Wait, what happened? The door swung open without warning and it startled Walter. Tragically stepped over the stack of pizza boxes as he stepped back and slipped himself by the way. Oh, poor Walter. But that's not the point. Special. So annoying, stupid. Get your leg out of the way. Dr. Tesla, it's not summer outside. Huh? What are you talking about? You're wearing your pajamas. That you, what are you doing? Are you annoying? Get out of the way. You're still only wearing pajamas, aren't you? With a muffled sound, Walt instantly turned into nothingness. Did she slap him? Is it hurt? Oh man. Poor Walter. Sitting in the front seat of a makeshift Beetle with the driver, a Finn with gold rimmed glasses, Walter stroked the top of his head slightly. Sure enough, it's packed. Then again, I was given such a heavy hand and my little life is still there. Maybe it's worth celebrating for 3 days and 3 nights. Squinting from the rear view mirror, the person who started it was looking at the mirror without a hurry to line her lips. Well, she looks cute right there. Walter didn't quite understand why such a person would make a mess of this place. Where's in Einstein's hairstyle in the back row with her? And when I was in a hurry, I almost forgot to change my clothes when I went out. Perhaps even harder to understand though, where did she find this fluffy cape and dress? Not even a single pleat. Anyone who has seen the pile of pizza boxes must believe that this person has a 4-dimensional wardrobe. No, it should be said that the other way around. Anyone who had seen this lovely girl in front of her will not believe that she lives in such a mess environment, right? Haha, true. That's what I was thinking. The bright-faced young woman seemed to be about to put away the mirror. Walter quickly looked at her. At the corner of the eye, the corner of Finn's mouth twitched strangely. Drive your car well. Nah. What? Just when Walter felt depressed, Einstein handed over a file bag from the back seat. Is this for me? Walter took the paper bag. There seemed to be a few hard little books inside. Open to take a look. You'll need it in a while. What is it? One of the books is a password. Ah, of course, that makes sense. It also includes a work permit for the Imperial Academy, as well as some documents that can be used for immigration guarantees. Walter Joyce. The passport bears such half familiar, half unfamiliar name. Ah, the last name Joyce comes from a writer. Do you know Ulysses? Ulysses? Do you mean Odysseus in Latin? No. Well, come to think of it, you can't possibly know. It's fine when I don't say it. Anyway, you should remember the name she gave you so as not to show in front of the customs. Showing off? It can't be that his document is forged, right? Well, it's not like you have real documents, bro. Yo, Mickey Yuki, welcome. Welcome to the stream, to another read-along. After all, the name Walter was just a random choice by Einstein not long ago. See what you say? Let it be an official document issued by a private person without authorization. What kind of statement is that? In short, it is impossible to find out what. Well, if you're acting too eccentric, the justice maids at Scotland Yard are going to have to do a little research. I don't really like that. Isn't Scotland Yard a detective? Really? How can you, an amnesiac, still know nothing about this kind of mess? Scotland Yard is the police department. The police department? The Scotland Yard I know is from, like, what's it again? Sherlock Holmes? Oh, but it's still the police, though. Yeah. Take it easy. It's fine to memorize the name. Well, what? What's wrong? None of your business. Finn, what about your son? Son? Walter didn't realize the exact meaning of the word for a while. It's okay, I've already called the school. It's not the first time Yochim has encountered such a thing, no problem. Yochim, it seems that the Finn's son has this name, and many more. Son? In other words, with his gold-trimmed glasses, can his son go to school? Wait, Yochim? What are you in daze, you nerd? Quickly memorize your name. 2 ponytails and a hand knife hit the place where Walter's head was long. Definitely intentional. Pain. You, how do you know I'm not remembering my name properly? Simple guy. Are you envious of the Finns? Miss Young? Huh? Hinglita Young, a young and promising archaeologist, a great beauty of mixed Chinese and German. This Finn is like a fake wife, but he's also a busy person who can only be at home for more than 10 days a year. Would you like to try yourself with the child alone? It's actually much better after school. Having said that, child what? Child deserves the support of each of us in the first place. I think they mistranslated there, but okay. All in all, your task is not to memorize your own name. First and last name, don't think about anything else. There's time for other things on the plane. The twin ponytails picked up Walter's back collar and sternly instructed a few words, and then turned meaningful to the natural curly girl beside her. But well, having said that, it's unlikely that someone would do anything to me, right? Even in such a boring place on a plane. What? Last time you didn't play with me and read books by yourself, as if your time is so precious. The natural curly face looked at the eyes of the twin ponytails expressionless. This time we stayed in a double room. Wow. Really? No single room? Hahaha, great. I love you, Liso. I love you to death. If you're wanting to dress well after drinking and bathing. Hate. How could such a thing happen? Wait, was that true just now? She doesn't shower, bro. Before the poor young man in front row could react, he covered his head and fell in his seat groaning. Oh. Walter, shut up. Damn, poor Walter can't catch a break, man. First flight from London to New York. 8 hours. God damn, that's a long flight. Then transferred to Chicago. 2 hours. Finally transferred to Billings. After 2 hours. And that doesn't include waiting time needed to board a connecting flight, even though they're VIPs. Oh, VIPs, huh? Got that first class? With such a long trip and anticipation, the roar of the jet engine is quite easy to put to sleep. All the more so when the view outside the window is the immutable vastness of the ocean. So when Walter woke up with a sudden urge to urinate, for a while he didn't want to leave his seat. Lifting his right arm with slightly snoring, ponytails hanging down his body, he helped the Finn on the other side of the aisle to put away the glasses that fell. Walter, who had come to the corridor, discovered that in the sleeping passengers lying standing by the window, was still reading a book in front of the light. Seems like she's still writing and drawing something in a notebook from time to time. I go to the bathroom. Understood. You gotta go, man. The girl with the messy hair wrote a note and held it up to her hand. Is this reminding him not to disrupt the other people's sleep? Feeling embarrassed, the young man decided to urinate. Well, okay, there he goes. At this point in time, no one was lining up, and the young man named Walter quickly solved his physical needs. Good for you. Oh shit, there's actual options? Continue to take advantage of the nap to beat jet lag? But why doesn't Ein rest? Huh. Why doesn't... I guess I'm kind of curious. That's why I said she had taken that. Good rest. Yeah. Let's see what he says. Don't take a break. Do as the locals do. He decided to hand the note back. Just saw something weirder. That's what was written on the handwritten note. The temperature in the cabin became a little cold, and the other party had put on his coat at some point. Naturally, there were still a pair of ponytails that were sleeping suddenly between them. What is it? Riemann conjecture. Math problem? All non-trivial zeros of the analytical continuation of R on line 1/2 plus Ti. I don't understand at all. Not surprisingly, it's hard to explain to someone who lacks knowledge of complex functions. You know, this humble problem can be called the holy grail of mathematics as a whole. Holy grail? For example, Goldbach's conjecture can be deducted from the generalized Riemann conjecture. Do you know what the Goldbach conjecture is? No. Do not know. An odd number greater than 5 can be represented as the sum of 3 prime numbers. An even number greater than 2 can be represented as the sum of 2 prime numbers. Yeah. Oh no, looks great. Are you trying to solve these conjectures? Do not. They are completely beyond my abilities. What's more, my main business is not mathematics, it's just that Rayman had a great influence on me, that's all. Is he your math teacher? The same can be said, but he certainly did not know me and could not have known that my general theory of relativity was based on his Riemannian manifold. After all, he is an ancient man no more than 100 years ago. When my grandfather was born, he was already dead. Oof. It took the young man a while to digest the general meaning of the sentence. Me too. He decided to ask questions that seemed more convenient for the other party to explain. He found that he liked the way she wrote and answered, especially when one of the twin tails is sleeping so soundly. General relativity? Simply put, it is to demonstrate the theory that universal gravitation is equivalent to the distortion of space-time. Is there a metaphor I can imagine? Have you ever seen a vortex? Imagine a wooden ball falling into a vortex. Does it look like it was sucked in by that hole in the middle? Yeah, I think. Are you saying that gravitation is a similar illusion? We all know that the wooden ball and the twisted water surface is the direct cause of this spiral motion. Same goes for the planet. Any object will, by virtue of its own mass, distort the space-time in which they are located, forming vortices large and small. Gravity is nothing but a manifestation of the distortion. And imagine a ripple like this all over the surface of the Earth and all in our planes surfing on it. Okay. Wait, yeah. It feels like some kind of philosophy. A physical body theory without mathematical expression is inherently philosophy. So Sir Newton's masterpiece is called Mathematical Principles of Natural Philosophy. Haven't read that book. You should not understand. The mathematical notation of that era is itself a ghost to modern people. Ghost, speaking of which, what is the part of Schrödinger's letter that I don't understand? Name. The name of an information processing device from 50,000 years ago. 50,000 years ago? What? The contestant of the census was so rude that Walter couldn't understand for a while. What? The other party just silently drew a line on your information processing device. So, what is an information processing device? Like a robot, I guess? Imagine a library with an automatons acting as administrators. Automatic? 50,000 years ago? For you, think of it as suspense. Smiley face. Please tell me now. Too much trouble. Oh, classic Einstein. Please. At that time, someone will naturally talk to you. I guess he's not afraid of the trouble, so just spare me. Smiley face. Well, I know he's good or bad. Sad face. Of course. Please imagine that. P.S. Imagine that your tone is really disgusting. Ugh. What? The young man stuck his tongue out helplessly. The girl stuck her tongue out the same way. He also took back the note in his hand. Let's take this opportunity to have a math class. Are you serious? Yo, learning. Let's go. Certainly. Do you know how to prove E greater than pi I imaginary plus 1 equals 0? No. I'm not good at math. How could you possibly know? Oh, so why not start with the fundamental theorem of calculus? No. PTSD. No, since we want to teach, maybe it's better to start with Diddy-Khan's division. At this point, let's just start with the set theory. Is it okay for me to choose to sleep? Okay, that way I can read more books by myself. And handling this note, the girl stuck out her tongue with a more innocent expression. Also, it's like that one picture. It felt like saying, if you want to chat with me, you are 100 years too early. New York International Airport. Hey, they made it to America. Flying across 5 time zones, Walter can still see the afterglow of the sun here more than 10 hours after lunch. Man in Black. Dr. Einstein. Dr. Tesla. Yo, is that Saber? Hello? Walter's thoughts were suddenly interrupted by 2 strangers. Please, are you... The Finn stood alertly in front of the 2 ladies. I don't know if you know, but that does not look like a lady. That does, but not this guy. Man in Black. Dr. Einstein, we should meet. The middle-aged man's voice was low. Walter felt as though he had heard the voice. What are you doing? The reaction of the natural curly girl was very cold, as if there was no intersection between the 2 sides. Hope this thing can help you. The middle-aged man took out a scroll box from his purse and handed it to Finn. Are you an expert on ancient writing? Let it be... Well, you should recognize this one. The Finn opened the wooden box suspiciously and pulled out a tattered piece of parchment that seemed to have recently been refurbished. Aramaic. Judgment Day. Sacrifice. Song. Is this form difficult? Could it be a Dead Sea document? You really know. Good. This is the part that has not been published publicly. Hopefully the secrets in it will be useful to your research. So, Bishop, what exactly does he need us to do? Nothing. The old man just hopes to help the 42 library in the recent research, that's all. That is to say, he's quite looking forward to our research results this time. Of course. He's looking forward to your paper. Got it. Dude, I like Tesla's outfit here. For our activities here is enough not to let the North American branch take over the results, right? How about is the relationship between Europe and the United States? Ah, yes. This is a souvenir. Please accept it with a smile. The middle-aged man ignored Tesla but took out a box of chocolates that looked like a famous brand from his leather bag and handed it to Einstein. Goodbye then. Wait, no, save her. Cut. It doesn't hurt or itches, but in fact it's not the kind of dictatorial opinion. The tail is too big to fall off. The strong branch is weak. The new branch is preposterous, but I'm afraid first it is really faster to turn a page than to turn a book. Einstein was non-committal and silently peeled off the wrapper of the piece of chocolate. Hello? I say, you chicken coop, find you a book of chocolates. Is the food not good? The farmer's uncle will be sad. Are you listening to me? Nope, already? Alright, so which this one? Chapter 3? Or is it 4? So how did the situation become like this? Oh, was it Christmas time? Walter took a sharp sip of Coke and looked at the Finns, who were carrying paper bags of various colors. Oh, they went shopping? The girls went to the underwear store, and the young man had to hold the only same-sex person to chat outside. The other party seemed to plan just to follow the girls and swagger in. Does shopping really need a reason? The short-sleeved man, who was not surprised, spread his hands vigorously. What's more, the duty-free shops here are indeed cheaper than those in London. This guy really good at carrying bags. This pose does not make them fall either. Could it be that he has often played this role before? Isn't his wife an archaeologist who hardly lives at home? I mean, doesn't mean they can't go shopping. Women are really scary creatures. True. So is this why Dr. Tesla in the moonlight? Half right. To be honest, she has been addicted to mail order recently, and I heard that she also brought a lot of useless things. Dr. Einstein is also really hard enough. Haha, you are so wrong. Huh? Don't you think things are more interesting because of people like Tesla? Don't look down on other girls. If you're too rigid, you will not be able to find your other half in the future, right? You know what? He's right. He's right. You should listen to him, Welt. I want you to take care of it. Oh no. Uh-oh. The silent reaction is really cute. To be more serious. Huh? Maybe in the future, in the direction of Humphrey Bogart. Humphrey Bogart, December 25, 1999 to January 14, 1957. 1899 to January 14, 1957. Was an American film actor who remained legendary in the film industry decades after his death. His performance in 1942's Casablanca earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. The film is still considered timeless to this day, and his role as Rick Bryan is an American Idol forever. In 1999, the American Film Institute named him the greatest actor in the film's 100 years history. Right. Well, it's the Rick Bryan from Casablanca. Huh? What? You haven't seen that movie, have you? Next time I'll show it to you in Lab 42. Movie night? In short, a good man must figure out his own advantages. I've never actually seen Casablanca myself either. The gold rim glasses came off so much that Walter has speechless. Speaking of which, I have other things I have always been concerned about. The young man tried his best to dispel his negative impression of gold rim glasses and began to change the subject. Oh, is this about the organization or something we headed to investigate? Seems that the other party did not reject any topic. Although I am also very concerned about these two aspects, but this is not what I want to ask you right now. Are you specifically asking me? There was a hint of surprise in the eyes of the gold wire glasses. He seemed to be shaken suddenly. That's that. Don't be so reckless. Neither of the two doctors have boyfriends yet. Ooh, hey. You hear that? Well, who asked you this? If you don't say yourself, I'll have to guess. The gold rim glasses shrugged exaggeratedly. Age, measurements, preferred styles inside and out? Hello? Hey. The golden glasses let out a meaningful laugh. I think it's better to wait for them to tell you the answers themselves. Hello? Don't show that expression. I didn't know the answer and deliberately teased you. You see, there's a kind of thing is about privacy, in case you just ask your mind. Holding the paper bag, he made a beheading gesture. Are you sick? Don't tell me. When my sister-in-law and I met for the first time, I stupidly asked, is it stupid to wear pumpkin pants at this age? The fuck are pumpkin pants? And then got beat up. Oof. It was really a fat beating. Who cares if you're sick? But to be honest, if you also met a 30-year-old girl who still likes pumpkin pants, don't miss it. Okay, what the fuck are pumpkin pants, bro? Is it like just pants with pumpkins? Like pumpkin design? Oh no, they're like those or not. Like those old underwear they used to wear back in the day. At least that's the first thing that came up on Google. I guess so. Really, if she happens to be a Finn who likes Ava's, I guess that makes sense. Why he got beat up. He likes Ava's polka, you can invite her to the sauna. Note, Live in Polka is a famous Finnish song which expresses the theme of young men and women breaking feudal shackles and bravely pursuing love. A well-known adaptation of this song is Song of Onion, sung by Hatsune Miku, bruh. I gotta give that a listen sometime, I guess. Huh? My full name, by the way, is Elias Nokian Bitanen, a real Finn. Traditionally, people are open to each other in the sauna. You know what that means. Why do I feel like you've been trying so hard to sell me sauna from the beginning? Ugh. I think that what you are specifically asking me must be something I know very well. Please, I don't understand what the concept of sauna you are talking about is. Ah, I thought it was the only culture that we Finnish successfully promoted to the world. Finnish sauna is a quintessence of Finland. It is estimated that there are around 2 million saunas in Finland. Holy shit! An average of less than 3 people own one. Wow. P.S. In ancient times, saunas were gender neutral. Huh. Well, that's cool. So what I wanted to ask, it has nothing to do with Finland at all. As a result, until the two doctors came out of the lingerie store, Walter did not inquire about any of their personal hobbies. Well, that's a cute dress. When the group finally boarded the flight to Chicago, Einstein had changed to a new set of clothes. A shawl coat as fluffy as a pet rat, a skirt as layered as a cream cake. It is said to be a Victorian girl's dress. Very nice, very nice. For some reason, the dress had a very funny feeling on her body, especially when she reclined and slept with the book about ramen on her face. Needless to say, this suit could only be Tesla's taste. Needless to say, the suit could only be a result of Tesla's own pockets. So Tesla bought it for her. Not to mention, the Tesla guy won't read any professional books on the plane. Let's play cards. Stylishly dressed redhead, double ponytail announced, so why doesn't she wear that doll-like dress herself? True. Why didn't she change clothes? The three of them seemed a little embarrassed. The Finns thought seriously about what they could play. 3 missing 1. These gold rimmed glasses are definitely the type that likes to play bridge. What an embarrassment. Now that you are in the United States, how can you not play Texas Hold'em? True! Texas Hold'em? Doesn't the change seem to be enough? What nonsense are you talking about, Finn? Don't we have this? The red twin tails yelled like no one else was there as they pulled out the box of chocolates from Einstein's bag. Using chocolate boils and coins together as gambling money, you are really childish. Huh. I mean, what else did they got? Did you know that in some days chocolate was as valuable as gold? Back in the Aztec Empire, my people, cocoa beans were a valuable strategic resource used as currency. Well, and after Normandy landings, the chocolate rationed by American soldiers became the hard currency of the Western Front. Huh. Anything you can imagine you can buy with chocolate. Modern chocolate uses a specialized crystallization technique that guarantees both its firmness and its taste. That's why once the chocolate is melted, it tastes bad when you freeze it back. There has been a change in the molecular level. Oh. Okay. Interesting. Oh. In short, we should be thankful for today's industrial civilization, which allows us to eat as much as we want. Amen. Amen. True. Amen. Excuse me? Walter, what's your problem? Please ask. I don't understand how to play the Texas Hold'em you're talking about. What's this? Just play and play. Bro, just teach him. It's fine. Really, haven't you heard of painting a tiger according to a cat? Well, I can't explain a lot about chocolate, but... Walter muttered in a voice that only he could hear. What's wrong? Any complaints about Dr. Ben? How dare you? Not really gambling. Even if you really gamble, you have nothing to lose. Thinking of this later, Walter is heartbroken and stubbornly attacked. Oh, not again. Fold, etc., etc. Disgruntled, Tesla grabbed the 2 cards from the top of the pile and shoved them back into Walter's hand. Don't fold. What? No, why? Not so much why, it's forbidden to continuously fold. But, how can your hands be so tight as a beginner? Play only when you see big names, usually a lifeless pass. What do you mean by that? Walter, do you know what's the biggest disadvantage of gambling? That lose money. True. Walter looked at the empty principal ahead of Miss Doctor. Do not, no. For people like you, they care too much about the gambling money and lose the entertainment of the gambling itself. Look at you. You aren't worrying about gains and losses, hesitating and looking ahead, cowardly, shy. Are you like a man? God does not play dice. What? The familiar inorganic voice emanated from below the upside-down Riemann. It seems that Tesla's loud voice has finally disturbed Einstein's dreams. You're awake. Even if you don't look at Tesla, you can feel her face turning red and white. Do not worry. The upside-down Riemann was thrown into the corner. I'll come too. Oh, she's gonna play? Chocolate? The girl whose hair was messier than usual ignored the surprise of several people and stretched out her hand. The red twin tails had to grab a few from each of the 2 men's bets and stuff them into hers. Didn't you say God doesn't play dice or something? Walter, you are quite right. The girl just peeled off the wrapper of a piece of chocolate. God does not play dice. God is responsible for eating chocolate. When the group's flight finally landed in Billings, Montana, the sun had already set. And she didn't want to play, she just wanted to eat. In fact, it wasn't for the jet lag, they could probably see a bright morning sun in London at this moment. Ah, if the smog is not heavy. Oh, classic London. Billings is a small city, and due to the off-season tourism, there are not many people in the huge terminal building. However, because of this, once someone greets you, you must be able to hear it from a distance of 100 meters. Einstein, Tesla, damn, she's cute as hell. Who is she? A tall, waist-length eldest sister greeted loudly from a distance. Ooh, I like the fit. I like the hat. Next to the eldest sister is a girl with a unilateral Roman roll and a down jacket who was waving her palms to them perfunctorily. Gee, sure enough, the old woman was here. Tesla bit her nails eagerly. The tall one was Professor Planck, my doctoral advisor and the nominal head of the North American branch. Hey, nice to meet you, Dr. Planck, Professor Planck. It seems that the other is Schrödinger, who sent the mysterious letter. She seems to be about the same age as Tesla. Is she also a doctor? Also, what does nominal mean? Is there any behind-the-scenes boss? Baby Lisso's so cute. Does he seem to have grown a little taller? She gave him a hug there. Walter was still processing the information revealed in Einstein's words, and Professor Planck hugged her into her arms. Presumably because her face was buried in the opponent's considerable chest. Ayo. The natural curly girl let out a burst of screams that sounded like suffocation. Yeah. The weather in Montana is very cold. Do you have enough warm clothes, little one? No need for your reminder. Tesla glared at Planck angrily. It's you. Aren't you afraid of murdering your beloved student? Alas, people think baby Lizo's enjoying it. The long-haired elder sister relaxed her arms and kissed her foreheads, exposed her arms gently. Ooh, me next. Ah! What are you doing? The red double ponytail immediately fried the pot. We're all girls. Why does it matter? The elder sister put her right index finger to her lips and gave a wink at the girl whose left arm is crooked. Ew. Cough, cough. Since he had not yet recovered from the various shocks, the poor natural volume had to respond in silence. Oh my god. The fan smiled as usual, but Walter clearly read the meaning of this exactly what I expected. Hello, too. I'm Dr. Elias Nikotian Vitanian, who studies ancient writing and this is research assistant Walter Joyce. Ah, surely Dr. Tessa doesn't need my introduction. Turns out that this person is also a doctor. It seems that this is really hard to find a job these days. Are you an expert in ancient writing? You really helped a lot. Professor Planck finally let go of poor Einstein. She took a serious look at the fan, but her eyes turned to Walter. Research assistant? That's the name. Being stared straight by the unfamiliar big sister, Walter felt a chill down his spine. The specific details involved a confidentiality agreement of the European branch, so please don't ask. Thank you so much, Dr. Einstein. As expected for my savior, long live. Really? The North American branch knows everything about you, right? What's with that face? I don't know if she wanted to tease her student, but the professor's sister deliberately put on a frowning look. So, teacher, what are your measurements in age? What? Yo? Students of the natural volume are also reluctant. 92, 62, 92. Damn! She just straight up tell her? 17 years old, 17 years ago. Ah. 34, hey. Nice. Got us some milk. Einstein finally learned to care about his teacher. I'm so happy. Aww. Professor's sister proudly compared a heart. Did they say something weird? Surely you're joking, Miss Planck. Surely you're joking, Mr. Feynman is an unofficial autobiography by Nobel Prize winning physicist Richard Feynman, published in 1984. His sequel was published in 1988, titled, Why Do You Care What Others Think? What Do You Care What Other People Think? I say you. In the awkward atmosphere, it was Schrödinger, who was not spoken before, who broke the silence. Let's decide what to have for dinner first. With a poker face, she waved her right hand like a lucky cat. Ooh, what's this? In a bar near the airport, twin red ponytails winked at what looked like a plate of croquettes at the dining table. Ricky Mountain oysters. Bro, she is so cute. The naughty elder sister introduced with a smile. Okay, she's cute too. For some reason, Roman scroll signed expressionlessly. Professor, she prefers to eat this. I don't know if you can get used to it. Isn't it just oysters? It's not that I haven't eaten it, although this seems a little weird. The twin tails forked the ball in disapproval and put it into her mouth like a dessert. Although I already felt something was wrong when I forked, but the really feeling was after the real entrance began to make people feel drums. Rubbery bounce with texture, nothing like the heavy taste of seafood. It's definitely not an oyster. Not like chicken, not like beef, not like liver, not like heart. What the heck is this? Although the meatballs are not unpalatable, doubts have been written all over Tesla's face. Oh, she doesn't like them. Rocky Mountain oysters are a pretentious name. Seeing that she was swallowed the meat in her mouth completely, Professor Planck explained it calmly. As you know, this area is mountainous. In an era when the preservation technology was not developed enough, it was impossible for cowboys to eat real oysters. So they call this little coastal thing oysters, half out of comfort, half out of fun. Wait, so what the fuck are they? In the daily life, we have many names for it. However, if you want to express it accurately, biologically, you would call it six. Oh, no way! What? Some ponytails obviously didn't believe their ears. Testes. Professor Plague repeated with a smile. This is the testicle of a cow. Oh no. At the same table, Einstein and Schrödinger shrugged helplessly. Walter and Finn stared at the fork in their hands, wondering what to do with the croquettes that had been brought to their lips. Of course, that's poor Tesla. Her face turned green. Literally. Oh man, poor Tesla. In the middle of the bar, it is always easy to ignore the changes in the outside world in any sense. When Walter and his party were full and left after checking out, the snow started falling again at some point. There was not a trace of moonlight in the night sky. It was the swirling snowflakes falling slowly under the orange street lamps, reflecting the brilliance of the stars like a dream. Oh, that's cute. With the drunken Tesla on his back, Walter raised his head with difficulty and looked at the night sky. This is snow. I don't remember seeing it, but I don't know why I feel nostalgic. Deja vu, sense of sight. Einstein held up an umbrella and walked beside him. What? Hallucinatory memory. It's not like you've actually seen snow before. It may just be that Hippocampus is overexcited at this moment. Ah. Deja vu is a French phrase and literally means have seen, which refers to the common psychological phenomenon when a person sees a scene for the first time in an awake state, but feels deja vu. Chinese borrows the Japanese translation method for this term, which is generally translated as a sense of vision, but also translated as illusionary memory, while in English it is directly copied the writing method of deja vu. Right. This. The human brain sometimes deceives itself, but the feelings are sincere, but the source may be fake. Sorry, it seems to be a mess. No, I kind of like to say something casual like that. At least it's more interesting than saying nothing. Ah, the feeling seems to be very good. The long-haired elder sister caught up from behind at some point. Professor, don't interrupt when your people talk to elders. Oh, baby Lisa's too much. Oh. Plank burst into exaggerated fake tears. Sister's going to be sad. I wanted to tell you something good. Professor initially pretended to be cute is boring. People are obviously kind. You'll have to be careful of being attacked at night. Double 17-year-old girl suddenly poses like a commercial model to shoot you in the heart. A certain poor young man was obviously taken aback by the word night attack. Einstein had no particular interest in stargazing. The phrase natural scroll pierces that the actual meaning of this so-called night attack. The two of them seem to know each other like family. When you get back to downtown London, even if you want to see it, you won't be able to see it. See what? Just... is it duplicity? The long-haired elder sister shook her index finger defiantly. But have a good night's sleep tonight. To go to the scene tomorrow, everyone has to get up early. Long-winded, it was you who mentioned the night attack. Of course, the elders need to be a little bit more verbose. For some reason, Planck raised his head suddenly over Einstein's head and looked straight at Walter. You say it's not it? It? Such a cute girl as Liesel. Don't bully her when you're a big brother. Oh, brother? So that's not right. The long-haired elder sister said, pretending to think. So are they still pets? What's up with pets? Pets? Literal meaning. If I have to exaggerate a little, slave? A living toy? Wait, what? That's too scary. Hey, as long as you have a good master, you can obviously be carefree and pampered. What's wrong? Schrödinger somehow squeezed into the crowd, staring at the Planck's pretentious face with her unusual cold eyes. Teacher, I have a sentence that I don't know whether to say it or not. Look at her face. Calm. That Schrödinger classmate who only speaks unpleasant words. Thank you, teacher, for your compliment. I don't think it's appropriate to say that kind of thing in a country that has been recreated by Lincoln. I knew nothing funny could come out of your mouth, Snort. Damn. Alright. How many chapters has it been? We want to separate it into 4 parts, we might have to do 6 chapters. So let me see how far we are. Chapter 5, okay. Damn. And we are 2 hours in. Alright, we can do chapter 5. Depending on how fast is it, we could do chapter 6 too. Go, Yellowstone Lake, go! In the early morning of the next day, as Plank stepped on the accelerator with 1 foot, the chubby Volkswagen Type 2 camper splayed out thick and sturdy heat and took everyone west out of Billings, speeding away, probably because of waking up too early. Not long after getting in the car, the 3 people in the back row fell into a sleepless sleep. Laurel, Park City, Columbus, Red Point, Great Cliff, Great Timber. Small and cozy colonial towns are scattered along the meandering Yellowstone River among the wilds of Montana, giving this vast land a little human firework. Although this route has been run many times, Schrodinger still admires the bleak scenery outside the window with great interest. Montana is so good. I don't know, there ain't really nothing going on over there, usually. This kind of wilderness full of tranquility is the most suitable place for emptying your mind and mood. Oh, I guess when you put it that way, I guess. It would be better if there were fewer people. Ah, do you like Alaska? No, that's okay. There are too many mountains around Anchorage in any sense. Anchorage is the largest city and state capital in Alaska, USA. It is located in south central Alaska at the eastern front of the Kzukak Mountains. What? Siberia should be fine. Bro, there ain't nothing in Siberia. That is, the Russians have too much odor and it's estimated that they can't stand it. Obviously Canada's next door. You really want to be that far away? Canada, and indulging Alaska's Yukon Territory, was completely covered under the Arctic ice cap during the last ice maximum. The last glacial maximum is the most extreme cold period from modern times, and its peak was around 25,000 BC. At that time, about 24,000 of the global land was covered by ice. The sea level was about 120 meters lower than the modern times, and the average temperature at the poles was 10 to 20 degrees Celsius, lower than modern times. During the last glacial maximum, the Earth was colder, drier, and more desertified than it is today. The Ice Age. Teacher, how many opportunities do you think we can have to work there? Having said that, but Siberia is not under our jurisdiction at all. Yes, but there is Babylon Laboratory there. There sure is Babylon Laboratory there. Doesn't it mean that people who disobey the bishop will be sent to participate in human experiments? This joke is really cold. I don't know if it's much of a joke. And it's not funny at all. Teacher, you're always reluctant to consider the negative possibilities. As if it was none of his business, Schrodinger initially teased her Roman scroll. Uncertainty principle. Note, the uncertainty principle, that is, the position and momentum of a particle cannot be determined at the same time, and its uncertainty obeys the inequality. Where h is Planck's constant. Okay. This principle shows that it is impossible for the observer to make accurate predictions of all the physical qualities of a microscopic particle. The higher the certainty of some quantities, the greater the uncertainty of other quantities. I see. The world changes as a result of human observation. It is all about beauty and cuteness. It becomes a fragile and porcelain doll. Same thing. Huh. Not to mention the statement of porcelain dolls. But Einstein was cuter than you, Dr. Schrodinger. Oh. Probably because of the jumping of the topic was too unexpected, Schrodinger, index finger playing with the Roman cross, stopped directly in the air. If you want to surpass us, Bavaria, in telling jokes, your Austria should practice another 100 years. Bavaria, English Bavaria, German Bayern, all like the soccer team. Located in the southeastern part of the Federal Republic of Germany, it is the largest state in modern Germany. The local customs are quite different from other parts of Germany, and historically it is also one of the largest German states to be unified by Prussia. P.S. Planck was Bavarian and Schrödinger was Austrian. Ah. Okay, nice. Teacher, geographical discrimination is very bad behavior. Ah, that's why you said you still need to cultivate. Not to mention the gloomy temperament and not all down to earth. How can I find a boyfriend like this? Hey, I'm right here. How? Isn't that convincing enough as a reason to change? Schrödinger sighed helplessly. Nothing to say. Teacher, is your singleness anxiety too serious? You guys, it's really not cute. Aw. Snort. She's taking a rest. When Walter opened his sleepy eyes again, the driver of the Volkswagen Type 2 camper had been replaced by some gloomy Roman doll. In the passenger seat, a pair of long legs rested on the windshield. It's not very safe, but okay. You do you. The skirt slid inelegantly to one side, and the long, loose hair was pouring down the backrest like a waterfall. The professor's way of napping was still a thing of the past, exaggerated. We got out of Livingston, and now we're heading south on 89. Seeing someone wake up on the rearview mirror, Schrödinger explained the current situation. Oh. So let's take a look at the situation in Yellowstone first. Einstein did not know when he had opened his eyes that we're still dazed. Don't let those two rest for a while. That it was Planck who spoke with his eyes closed. It seemed that she wasn't really falling asleep either. Oh, okay. The drunk has slept enough. The Tesla's awakened. The light-colored natural volume punched the head of the red double ponytail without saying a word. Just punches her awake. Like, wake the fuck up. Ah! You can't be gentle. Can't you be gentle? Tesla forced her eyes open and complained feebly. Today she put on her glasses as soon as she woke up. Isn't this a flat mirror? People with hangovers have no say. Einstein gave her a disapproving look. Are the Finns awake too? Raise your hand. As a familiar fluttering sound came from the rear of the car, this guy is quite spirited. Now that you're awake, then let's start with the basic geography. Okay. Schrödinger skillfully shifted gears and slowed down approximately. As you know, Yellowstone National Park was the first nature reserve in human history. Yellowstone Lake, the core of the park, is the main vent of the Yellowstone supervolcano. This active volcano is enormous energy. Once erupted, the resulting volcanic ash would cause the global average temperature to drop by about 10 degrees that year. 10 degrees? Walter did not quite understand what concept this was. This means that the vast majority of tropical or subtropical crops are at risk of no harvest in the year of the disaster. If you don't handle it properly, it is no exaggeration that famine and plague will spread in many countries. Buried. Not to mention, if Yellowstone actually erupts, like, half the country is gonna, get wiped. Or a quarter of the country is gonna get wiped. Take it easy, that's not something we should worry about in our lifetime. Schrödinger squinted at the rearview mirror. What's more, if we reach to the Honkai, all the worries of this kind, there is no meaning at all. Of course, if you are a little skeptical, you can also think that Yellowstone Volcano is part of the Honkai luxury value package. Combo? There are various ways of destroying the collapse. The red double ponytail poses like a lecture. The Black Death, the Ice Age, the World Wars, all of these have the shadow collapse into them. Not to mention, the analysis of those war criminals shows that they were generally eroded by a small amount of Honkai energy. There are even 1 or 2 samples where collapse energy densities even reach several times a lethal dose. Buried? In general, the metabolic environment of male mammals has a strong allergic response to a collapse infection. In other words, men's Honkai energy adaptability is often extremely low. There are occasional exceptions though. That one or two war criminals, or you, should all be like this. Me? Walter never imagined that his name would be associated with such a demon. Yes, you must have some strange property that we don't know yet. The organization has experimented so much with you, and you should be well aware of it yourself. No, I mean... Peace of mind. The natural curly girl in the front row turned around and touched the young man's head. Your soul does not change. Huh? Maybe even you yourself have forgotten what a kind person you are. Ha ha ha. It's this. Isn't there any evidence? Believe me. Although there's really no evidence. But trust me. Einstein's eyes were warm and firm. Cuff cuff. Alright. Closer to home, let's get down to business first, shall we? Oh, very interesting. And finally, no Caliber-14 was detected in the sample. Caliber-14 is a radioactive isotope of carbon with a half-life of about 5,730 years. This means that every 5,730 years, the carbon-14 content of a biologically inactive sample will decrease by half. At this rate, until even the most sophisticated instruments can no longer detect its presence. Based on this comprehensive judgment, the age of the last human activity in the ruins was around 50,000 BC, with an error of no more than 1,000 years. A bub. Still unbelievable. The Finn put his fingers together, lost in thought. Unexpectedly, in the pre-civilization era, there were already human activities in North America, similar to our research station in Antarctica. It does not contradict our understanding of pre-civilizations. Blank played with her long hair casually, as if imitating Schrödinger before him. Do not. This kind of scale is comparable to the ruins of the old continent. Things may not be as simple as you say. The Finn still supported his chin with his folded hands. Where is he a Sherlock Holmes fan? That. Walter, who has long been confused, raised his hand. The pre-civilization you've been discussing since just now. What is it? Well, now we're at... no, not together yet. Professor Long studied the signs of the road. It's okay, it's still early, just pass the time and find someone to introduce him. Then let me explain. Alright, we're gonna learn more about the pre-civilization. As experts in ancient writing, the Finns do their part. A pre-civilization, as its name suggests, is a technological civilization that flourished on Earth before our present history began. The civilization can be traced back to the site of Astrakhan III around 53,000 BC. Characterized by a common culture, they are distributed in the region from the Sea of Japan to the Mediterranean, the Baltic Sea to the Persian Gulf. Are they human too? Haha, of course, they should be the first Homo sapiens out of Africa. Having said that, their cultural model is still quite different from ours. Is it a lifestyle, an art style, or something? Haha, no, that's not it. Rather, we are surprisingly similar in these respects. The so-called pattern I just mentioned is mainly about the historical length of civilization and the richness of cultural diversity. For example, our present-day civilization can be traced back to a few regions as early as 4000 BC. Since then, after nearly 6,000 years of dissemination and the development, a civilized world has finally formed all over the world. We have countless ethnic groups, countless languages, and countless cultures. We are a very diverse civilization system. Wasn't that the case with pre-civilization? Make a difference. They, the whole world, have a unified official text and a unified technical style. Wait, for real? So like the how do you say the pre-era or whatever? They were all unified? That's interesting. In our world, while the Greco-Roman British culture is very strong, it is far from their level. In comparison, they feel more like ancient East Asia. For example, everyone uses Chinese characters. So you're saying they have very low diversity? And they seem to have kept the entire Americas in a pristine, uninhabited state, just as we now protect Antarctica. Huh. It's almost like saying that land is not their main source of income. They may have used Honkai on a large scale very early on. If that's the case, then it's pointless to settle in an area that lacks Honkai power. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Just like our big cities today are often close to ocean terminals, river wharves, or railway junctions. Isn't Honkai energy a kind of radiation-like thing? Haha, lightning can be used to hack people, and it can also be used for lightning. It's the same with crash energy. From the point of view of physics, Honkai energy or imaginary internal energy? Gee, even if you say that, you can't possibly understand it. What a headache. Imaginary internal energy is a hypothesis about the collapse of phenomena and the Big Bang. Einstein took over the conversation with a happy face. Oh fuck. Okay, open up that log. The second law. Alright, get ready for fucking reading. The second law of thermodynamics states that if the entropy of one system decreases, the entropy of the other systems must increase by a larger margin. From the point of view of information, this is equivalent to a huge information asymmetry between the ordinary environment where the information is highly chaotic and the negative entropy environment where the information is highly ordered. Historical research has shown that Honkai energy is strongly associated with this information asymmetry. In mathematics, the imaginary internal energy belonging to the collapsing dimension and the real internal energy, which is the thermal representation of the divergent dimension. That is, the four-dimensional space-time that we can usually perceive, can be expressed mathematically through high-dimensional complex functions. The result can predict collapse fluctuations at the microscopic scale. Therefore, current researchers generally conjecture that this imaginary internal energy is Honkai energy, or at least an important part of Honkai energy. Ah, okay. I think I get it. How is it? Do you understand a little now, Walter? No, he doesn't. Understand the hell? Passing through the Roosevelt Stone Gate and described for the good and the joy of the people, the Volkswagen 2 camper entered Wyoming along Route 89. Scholars enthusiastically discussed all kinds of technical details. Walter, who didn't even understand the basics, had to concentrate on the scenery of the national park. Mammoth Springs, Swan Lake, Roaring Mountain, Fire Cave River. The park management's aesthetic for attraction names is indescribable. Walter, what time is it? Plank, who had changed back to the driver's seat, asked the time as if she had suddenly remembered something. Hold on. The young man without a watch grabbed the wrist of the girl in front of him with a twisted posture. Hey, what are you looking for death? Turning a deaf ear to Tesla's protest, Walter desperately focused his eyes on that small circle. Professor Reporter is now 10-4-4-4-3. Die. Damn. There he goes again, getting hit. Poor Welt. Tesla's unceremoniously backhanded was an elbow strike so powerful that it knocked her own glasses off. God damn. Her horrific cry resounded through the entire carriage in an instant. Anyway, it looks like it's time. The long-haired eldest sister savagely shifted gears and then she kicked the accelerator. Oh, for those who come here for the first time, please give me a good look to the left. The camper accelerated, suddenly first bypassing several aquamarine-like colorful springs and the crossing a bridge. Then she drove straight off the road and rushed up to a relatively gentle hill. Immediately followed by another 9-degree drift slam on the brakes. There, she drifted? Haha, it's going to be a car accident now. just when Walter was in shock. Whoa. A huge water column about 30 to 40 meters high rose from the basin behind the hillside, spilling out a large amount of white mist like a volcanic eruption. Oh, that's cool. Oh, Faithful Mountain. Just happened to see it. Ha ha ha, this time I earned it. Winter is indeed much more spectacular than summer. True. Although this attraction is named Old Faithful because it is very functional, it actually has 2 breaks. 65 minutes and 91 minutes. How much the interval is, it's said that depends on the amount of each eruption. Well, then we... How are you lucky? Professor, stop being naughty. Where's his luck? The main game park will forecast the eruption time every day. Schrodinger, when you say something, there's no mystery at all. Thanks, this is my advantage. Alright. So they got some cool ass scenery up in Montana. Alright, it's probably gonna be the last chapter we read tonight. Because my voice is starting to get that little feeling, you know. I don't want to overexert myself again like the Ark Knight's night. Mountain time 11:38. Arrives at Yellowstone Lake. Lunch at the open is the one prepared for everyone in the morning. Let's see all walking. The Volkswagen Type 2 camper on a long journey finally got a chance to turn off the flames in the West Dump parking lot. When everybody filled out of the car, the word Schrodinger used her usual stereotype tone to announce some information that everybody already knew. On the north side of the parking lot, the area marked Duck Lake stands abruptly with a temporary fence with the restricted area sign. Local police have set up a guard post nearby. Plank greeted them very familiarly and led a group of people into the interior of the wall. Passing through the wall, the long-drained lake bed of Wild Duck Lake suddenly appeared in front of everyone. Walter was wondering why it looked like a quarry. Oh. Gee. I don't know what Tessa went hiding behind him. I don't know what he saw. Tessa frowned and hid directly in the shadow behind Walter. What's wrong? Really unlucky. How can I die? Just having to bump into this guy. Huh? The second monk, who was confused, looked around and saw a group of men in black suits and leather shoes ascending from the bottom of the lake in an open elevator. The head is a woman wearing the men's casual clothes and a ponytail who looks extraordinary. Wait, is it? At the same time, he found that Tesla was drawing frantically in circles on his back. What the hell is going on, Dr. Tesla? Hi, Nancy. Are you done shopping? Ignoring Walter and Tesla, who were murmuring on the side, Plank calmly greeted people who came. Oh, it's her! Oh, fuck. Her name's Nancy? Nancy looked beyond Plank and Schrodinger and fell on Einstein and others. Are they all your students? Forget it. The long-haired elder sister winked at Walter. That we are members of the Imperial Academy Lab 42. Imperial Academy? The lady in the menswear was stunned for 2 seconds. London's? Yes. Oh. She walked in front of Walter without a smile, but staring at the area from behind him. The circle hand behind him stopped in response. Damn, they're getting closer. The other party looked at it, took another step closer. Walter felt her and his nose were about to touch each other. Hey, yo. Although Walter felt that he could no longer breathe, the gaze of the other party was staring at a certain place behind his head. It was as if he himself was a mass of transparent air. Oh, she's looking for Tesla? Should I just get out of here? Certainly, please be free. People didn't give this poor young man a straight look at all. Oh, what? Sniff. Damn, she's gonna go and smell her? The lady in menswear stretched her neck and began to smell Tesla. Gee, what are you doing? Sniff. Hello? Sexual harassment? Sniff. Einstein, Schrodinger, Planck, are you going to take care of her? Enough. What are you doing? What are you going to do? I'm really going to get mad if I do this. Oh? The lady in men's clothing straightened her body sharply. That still really is scary. Ah. Scary, scary. Ah. I remember that year. You are born a little small angry. True. I like her little smirk she's doing right there. Just nearly a little. Put my office room. Office room. All one said fire, give burn no more. That's right? She smiled and stated word for word something that sounded terrifying. Although it wasn't up to me at that time. However, Iron Rooster, I think it would be better if your building collapsed. On one hand, Tesla did not show weakness and pushed back with contempt. It's really impossible to communicate with someone like you who has no economic common sense. And you can't communicate with a rich second-generation upstart like you. Do you know what kind of people I hate the most? Every day they talk about freedom, democracy, benevolence, righteousness, and morality, but the research projects are weapons of mass destruction designed to serve secular hegemony? Don't you feel a little conflicted, Miss Tesla? Yes, you don't invent weapons very much. But do you think that if you don't invent new weapons, fewer people will die in war? One day, both sides of the war will be unable to bear the cost of war. This is our responsibility as inventors. This is also the only way to make war disappear from the face of the earth. What's the point of what your family does other than making yourself a lot of money and making those pampered people laugh a little more? What general company? Inflation company? How dare you say it? Of course I dare say that this is the minimum freedom of speech. Okay. Freedom of speech. For the defeated dog who is unwilling to speak well, it should be a good thing to suffer a little, right? The lady in men's clothing pouted and made a greedy gesture. You, what do you want to do? What do you think? What do I want to do? The lady in men's clothing tilted her head incoherently. Hey, this is in broad daylight. Seeing the other party pretending to be innocent, the poor twin tails became even more nervous. Oof. The young lady in men's clothing couldn't bear any longer. She looked at the sky and laughed without any scruples, and her previous sense of restraint was gone. You asshole, what are you laughing at all of a sudden? Haha. Nothing. The other party tried hard to hold back the laughter. I just wanted to say like I did just now. And your reaction was really interesting. How can you be so cute? True. You. Perverted. After a few minutes. I also understand the situation. The young lady in men's clothing who had already recovered her reserved image noted coldly. The investigation is up to you. My students are amazing. The long-haired elder sister satirically made an action similar to shooting a submachine gun. Yeah, especially the red-haired one, who seems to be full of fighting spirit now. That looks good. Keep it up. Dude, I love her smirk. The lady in men's clothing suddenly reached out and touched Tesla's head, then walked away. Damn this guy. Just wait and see today's things. I must repay double. That person just now was a little scary. Walter, who couldn't understand the situation at all, scratched his head. Nancy Thomas Alva Edison, the sponsor of North American branch, can be said to be actual person in charge. Edison, that's right, that was her name. Many people privately call her Princess Nancy. Is it because she's always so domineering and moody? Not only that, this guy, thanks to her family, very rich. Damn. Tesla viciously repeated 5 very. So she's loaded, huh? This can be said that she bought the entire North American branch. Huh? Isn't that awesome, guy? What? Isn't that awesome? It should be said that it is more powerful than you can imagine. she's more powerful. The red double ponytail pounded a little dissolutely. She was unquestionably a genius, an invention and business genius. Regardless of certain aspects, she is indeed a very good guy. That we are an ideological problem, plus personal grudges. Anyway, don't worry about it. It's annoying to ask this question. When he was an intern under Edison, Tesla suffered a lot. Yeah, I bet. Just think what they have had a bad relationship. As the Professor Planck explained, he touched the head of the double ponytail. This time she didn't show any resistance. Oh. Anyway, this topic is over. Schrödinger glanced at Tesla helplessly, took out her ID card, and opened the start of the elevator. Let's hurry up and go to the ruins. Let's go to that central area. Oh my eyes. Note, the lines Walter thinks of are from Dante's Divine Comedy, where all the weights gather. At this moment in the eternal eyes and snow, I can't help but shudder. It's cold, so cold. That's it for open top elevators. Bear with it. Dude, I remember I had to read Dante's Inferno for AP English in high school. I don't remember half of it, honestly. The flowers in the greenhouse. Walter can't stand -5 degrees. I'm really looking forward to the -20 degrees in January. How would you react? Sorry, I'm so afraid of the cold. Come on and exercise. I want to take you to Antarctica in the future. Even you, Ein? This is... Although it was difficult to make an exaggerated expressions on the face stiffened by the cold wind, Walter's eyes still showed strong shock. It was a stately and eerie door. On the heavy metal door covered with scratches from the years, a line of simple, strange handwriting still clearly recognizable. Eba Dagami Tashin Ha Nui. Was that what that says? Was that the same thing that was in the note, in the letter? Fighting for the next generation by us. We are fighting for the future, pretty much. That's what it means. The Finn's voice was a little nervous and a little excited. As expected of a professional. It can be read aloud directly. Where? The librarian scratched his head embarrassedly. It's just that compared to others, the research materials I have come into contact with are more original. Besides, if it's in audiovisual materials, then I can only ask my students. Ask students? Where? You are already powerful enough. After all, people cannot comprehend with machines. Far away, far away. The long-haired elder sister snapped her fingers. Let's go in, everyone. Whoa. While walking among the ruins, munching on a meaty burger. Where'd you get a burger from? For Walter, this was a very novel experience. The structure of the ruins itself reminiscent of the ancient city of Petra in geography, or Tolkien's dwarf city. Petra, Greek, is an ancient city in Jordan. Petra is a very unique city, and entrance is a narrow canyon about 1.5 kilometers long, surrounded by cliffs. And all the main buildings of the city are excavated on the rusted sandstone cliffs. Oh. In the huge underground caves, are high-pitched power lamps with trademark universal pour light equally on the naturally formed stalactites and the artificially excavated buildings. The scattered room remnants are connected by the metal plank road with a long history, and the industrial design style gives a solid and reliable feeling. Dilapidated walls and scrapped machinery form a complex labyrinth, and it's amazing that Pompeii under the volcanic ash is nothing more than that. Pompeii was one of the ancient Roman cities that was buried by ash from the eruption of Mount Vesuvius on August 4th, 79 AD. Since Pompeii is completely fixed on August 24th, 79 AD, historians and archaeologists have been able to learn about the lives of many Romans in the 1st century. But if you close your eyes... For historians like Elias and Nikitan Biotanian, such a scene is undoubtedly eye-opening. In fact, he was like a child visiting a museum for the first time, excitedly taking notes, lying on the ground, observing various details like no one else. Damn, bro. He's going a little crazy. Oops, Mila. Dr. Nokia Bitanian, with ketchup on his face, was overjoyed. Oh, isn't this cake? Dr. Nokia Bitanian, who spewed breadcrumbs in his mouth, danced. Look, there are still formulas left on his backboard. Although it's too incomplete, I probably can't see anything. Speaking of which, what's the name of the one you are studying? M-theory? M-theory is a theoretical system in physics that attempts to unify various forms of superstrings. Although a complete formulation of M-theory has not yet been found, such a theory should be able to describe abstract objects called baranas, a class of point sets in high-dimensional space directly extending the concept of points. It should also be able to describe low-level 11-dimensional supergravity energy. Dr. Nokian Biatanian, whose fingertips were covered in cream, stretched out his hand to pull someone over. Probably couldn't stand his wild enthusiasm when the girls distanced themselves from his gentle sweeping eye. Schrödinger. It's actually pretty solid here. After putting away the wrapping paper for lunch, a natural roll lifted up the reinforced bracket on the top of the cave with a searchlight and said, most of these hard-to-find brackets have grown into the interior of this stactylite, which is obviously not a masterpiece of modern people. Roman Rule nodded and quickly swallowed the last bit of sandwich in her hands. That's right, the support structure is intact. There's no rockfall risk. So these ruins at the bottom must be vandalism, right? Can't go wrong. Foreign enemy invasion, infighting, infectious disease? Who knows? This is the Finn. Shh. Schrödinger was in the middle of speaking when Einstein suddenly put her index finger on her lips. You hear that? There seems to be a sound. Schrödinger shook her head. No sound at all. Tesla said in a low voice. Can't you hear? A very tiny, kind of like tinnitus. Einstein closed her eyes, inserted a little finger into the ear holes on both sides, twisted it twice, and then pulled it out sharply. The sound is still there, not my hallucination. But we really can't hear anything, can we? Then Finn, who finally wiped his face, looked at Walter blankly. Can't hear anything. Walter also shook his head. Mosquito sound? Blank slapped his forehead. And it's fairly high frequency mosquito sound. Even Nikolai couldn't hear it. Can you tell where the source of the sound is, Liesel? Let me try. The natural curly girl closed her eyes again, put her hands next to her ears, and concentrated on that to find the direction of the still noise. Tessa quickly stepped forward to support her arm and help her see the way. What is mosquito sound? Walter had no idea what the scientists were doing right now. In short, an ultrasound that only miners can hear, most likely caused by some kind of artificial facility still in operation. Note, mosquito sounds are a special type of sound wave with a frequency of around 17.4 kHz. The human ear's hearing of these sounds begins to decline sharply after the age of 18, and at the latest, around the age of 25, they become completely inaudible. Well, that makes sense, since Einstein is like, what, 17? Mosquito sounds are commonly used to simulate mosquito sounds with a frequency of around 8 kHz, which can be heard by most people with normal hearing. I guess because she's the youngest. Tesla, who was focused on supporting Einstein, perfunctorily him without looking back. There's a wall in front. Be careful with thresholds. Wait, this is a dead end. We need a detour. Under the guidance of Einstein, the group gradually walked towards the depths of the ruins. Along the way, in addition to those inexplicable pre-civilization devices, there are also many relatively recent remnants. Unweathered bones, early 19th century level rifles, and even some tents that were clearly reserved for Shoshone tribesmen. Shoshone is an indigenous tribe that was once widespread in the western United States and northern Mexico, and its language belongs to the Uta Aztec language family. It's in Maya Civilization 5, a strategy game developed by Fixatis Games. Shoshone appears as an independent civilization led by Pocateo. Oh, interesting. What are these? What, are these all? Even Walter understands that the rifle in front of him must not be more than 200 years old. Do not know. The Finn shook his head. In such a subterranean, I can't think of why there are traces of modern human activities. Could it be an investigator hired by the organization? Impossible, never heard of us working with native tribes. So, is this place used as a sanctuary by the natives? Do you think they're capable of draining the lake above? Vicissitudes? Maybe the lake didn't exist at that time? Even so, how did they open a door that requires a hydraulic pump to operate from the outside? Huh. Shh. Blanc made a be quieter gesture. If you're really curious, I think there's a famous quote from a novel that fits the situation right now. Huh? Le humain sagest et dur entere dans sexux mods. French. All human wisdom is contained in these two words, wait and hope. The Count of Monte Cristo. Oh. Atendere a esperar. That's it, I think. The group stopped in front of a room deep in the ruins. Thanks for your hard work. Put your ears and rest for a while. Just leave the door open to us. While telling Einstein, Planck studied the mechanism that controls the door. Crunch. To everyone's surprise, the door opened with a single pull. People are not some rough women. No one cares about that, Professor. Inside the door, there was a room that was extremely clean. The plastic wallpaper-like material on the four walls was heavily viscous, but the ivory-colored table was almost spotless. A bizarre machine with many tubular protrusions was placed firmly on the table. Red, green, and green fullers and lights flashed inside. This time there should be no more strange noises. Schrödinger picked up the weird machine on the table and took out what looked like an energy bar from its base. From a structural point of view, it should be an ultrasonic generator. I don't know why it worked for so long. Ultrasound. So it's mosquito noise a side effect? Planck put the flashlight on his shoulders and looked back at the door. Liesel, can you still hear that sound? There's none left. Probably to show why she was safe, the girl walked into the door with her head held high. What? This is... The girl's eyes suddenly widened. With the light of someone else's shoulder, she saw something on the ceiling. To the youngs who come here, I leave the last solium to you, Knight of Maiden Castle. H. Londinium Door I. No, this is... Then Finn, who raised his hand, exclaimed, Isn't this English? Modern English. Really? This is written... To the youngs who came here, I leave the last solium to you. Knight of Maiden Castle. H. Londinium Door I. This, what is this? Schrödinger. The machine you're holding, is there something missing? Let me see. The roaming squirrel puts the mysterious machine on the ground and disassembles it. I should be able to open. There is indeed a cavity and a pedestal. Ultrasonic sound recorder? Buzz's eyes suddenly flashed with excitement. It must be someone from H who wants to entrust us with the data on the soul steel. So what about the most important data? Schrödinger put the mysterious machine back on the table and spread her hands on the excited twin tails. It must be someone who hid it with a more secret place, right? So why would he or she do it? If you want to leave it to the future generations to study, isn't it better to leave it as it is? Maybe this guy has some reason to transfer the soul steel. Are you trying to say that some Asians have taken away the soul steel and left clues here for us? Schrödinger shrugged non-committedly. In that case, there will always be a hint, right? No such ambiguous words. No matter how you look at it, it looks like the person who stole the soul steel was playing a joke on us. Well... Moreover, according to this line of thinking, we are not necessarily the first. Londonderry, a city in Northern Ireland. The inorganic girl who has been silent for a while suddenly spoke without end. Oh, The two ponytails who had just been stunned suddenly realized something. That's right. Lentinion was the old name for Roman London. Oh fuck, damn it. There was a thing like that. Ugh, and many more, so why Northern Ireland? Where the city name includes London, only this Londonderry is called Virgin City because its history has never been captured by foreign enemies. Londonderry, known as Ireland as Derry Gaelic Norte, is a city in the northwest Northern Ireland and the county seat of County Londonderry. The city is nicknamed the Maiden City because its walls have never been penetrated by artillery shells in the many wars in modern times. It is also one of the very few cities in Europe whose walls have not been breached. To the average person, the city popularity may well come from Londonderry air. Oh, shit. By the way, Doherty actually means dairy in Gaelic. Double evidence. Oh wait. This is what we just read, right? Yeah. Oh, that's it! She got her eyes. Twin Tails looked at her roommate admiringly. Or it could just be a coincidence. Shundering still not very optimistic. How can there be such a coincidence? From a mathematical point of view, let's not talk about this. Even the birth of each person is actually a zero probability event. In probability theory, an event called a zero probability event, even if its probability is zero, meaning that the event is almost certain not to happen. Since the probability of an event in an infinite set depends on its measure in the same space, there are real events that are likely to happen, but almost certainly not. For example, taking a number from all real numbers, then this number is a rational number. Don't mess with me in math. What does this have to do with math? Seeing that the direction of two people's argument gradually deviated, the big sister plank deliberately cleared her throat. There's no conclusion yet. I have an idea, but I don't know if you will agree with it. She glanced slyly at Tesla before introducing her claim. Late at night the next day. Oh, they're leaving already? On the flight back to London, aboard Walter put the cards in a cardboard box. He's getting sick of playing single-player games like Patience Solitaire. Patience Solitaire is, who doesn't know what Solitaire is? A single-player card game who has been included in the Windows operating system since version 3.0 and is official Chinese translation Solitaire. Interestingly, government employees stealing a game during work hours has become a common problem worldwide since it became a standard on the operating system. In 2006, then New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg decided to fire a civil servant outright as an example after seeing him play solitaire on an office computer. Man, what an asshole. Einstein still clasped her face with the book, and Tesla still fell asleep. As for Finn, who arrived, he wasn't on the plane at all. Wait, what? Did he stay in America? After today's investigation is over, I suggest that everyone split up. The day before, in the underground cave in Yellowstone Park, the big sister of the professor came to his conclusion. The 42 laboratory group returned to London to investigate the clues of HA. Our North American branch continued to excavate the remains. Ah, Dr. Nokian Vitanen had better stay and help us. Your translation skills come in handy here. Oh, okay, he stayed over there. That's fine, as long as Einstein and Tesla both agree. It's not bad to have an expert in ancient writing. It seems that Schrödinger is quite satisfied with this agreement. We have no problem here. On the other hand, Tesla is simply rushing to speak on behalf of 42. Also, I've talked to Edison. Recently, I'm going back to headquarters for a briefing on behalf of the North American branch. For convenience sake, let's take the same machine as the 42 laboratory. Schrödinger apparently did not know this. Shouldn't the debriefing be done by herself? Let our Princess Nancy go to the council. Hehe, I don't say you can imagine that scene. The long-haired professor gave a wry smile. Recently, there are more and more conflicts between the branch and the headquarters. If I go, the communication will always be better. Sounds like some kind of delaying tactic. Roman scroll signed. Ever since Her Royal Highness turned the branch to a business, our relationship with those old folk hasn't gotten any better. They still get along better with the Soviets. The older sister shrugged her shoulders. But to be honest, in the eyes of those people, the country, the economy, and these superficial society things are like toys at all. After all, they felt that the only that only the Valkyries could really solve the problem. It could be nice if the efficiency of the prototype mecha could be increased by 2 or 3 more times. Plank rubbed Schrodinger's head uncomfortably. As long as we develop ourselves, the lane tactics would also make sense. Ah, so boring. Wait, what? You, why don't you come here and play something with your sister? The long-haired eldest sister jumped to the seat of the youth at some point. Pardon me for refusing. Wait till they're on the plane too. It seems that the statues of youth is not the end of the fruit chain. Ah, how did I get so hated so quickly? The other party ruffled their hair around their ears and pushed her lips slightly. What do you blame? Just now you insisted on pulling me to tell me a bunch of inexplicable cold jokes. Gee. Ugh, no. Do you still want to continue? Scientists obviously have everything. The long-haired eldest sister pretended to be pitiful. Compared with eating, drinking, prostitution, gambling, smoking, etc., pulling you to tell you some bad jokes is nothing. In my opinion, you only have my students in your heart, right? Do you think my sister is too old? No, not so. Why do you think so? They come and play with me. So, can I trouble to at least think about what to play? Thinks you will be interested in little brother. Why don't we go on a date now while they're all sleeping? Yo, my man's lucky. Alas. Suddenly, what did you just say, suddenly? Would you have a dissatisfaction with my sister? It's not a question of dissatisfaction or dissatisfaction, right? Or satisfaction or dissatisfaction, right? But after getting off the plane, we have to do our own thing, right? Aw. That's right. So... The big sister smiled mysteriously and tore a few pages from the notebook. Switch wrote, "Can you protect them well? If it means as a man can do not. This is not enough. Let's assume that some ancient man, the so-called HA, actually took the soul steel from the Jellystone ruins and left clues on purpose. Then one king can be judged. He or she must feel that it is not safe enough to keep the soul steel there. And even moving to the UK and hiding it properly is still not enough. And leave just the right hints for future young people to carry on their careers. So here comes the question. What kind of conflict of interest would you allow people to do this? Could it be that, does the other party also have a corresponding successor? What organization can't fight alone? Well said. So an organization that can't be fought alone and also interested in soul steel. In our own known world, who has the answer? I only know one, but... I only know one. You mean... Ayo, my boy. Before the young man could cry out, the gentle index finger of the long-haired eldest sister had been gently placed on his lips. She moved her body lightly and sat down on the other side. The red lips came close to his eyes, teasing his nerves with teasing murmurs. Let's talk a little. Whisper. Belong only to the two of us. Ayo. Oh man, okay. Shit. Nice. Alright, yeah, my voice is starting to hurt a little, so we read 6 whole ass chapters, not including the accidental 26. So I think we did pretty good. So I know next time we just start on right here on chapter 7. And oh yeah, I was gonna say that I don't want to do it like be this thing the only thing I stream, because I feel like it might get a little too how do you say it, not repetitive but too static. No, that's not the right word, but basically that's what I'm saying. So in between like our chapter readings, I want to also play more of the game or whatever is next on the guide. So since we just made it to phase 2 finally, so in between reading the full visual novel, I was thinking we could also do like like on Monday, instead of reading the visual novel again, we could do chapter 9 EX. And then actually, yeah, then Wednesday, Zero Waters manga. And then next Friday again, a whole last week, we could do the next couple of chapters of Anti-Entropy. The next 6 chapters. And then on the next Monday, the other half of chapter 9EX too. And either on Wednesday do chapter 10 or Wednesday read the third half. So chapters, we did 6 plus 6, 12, next Friday, 12, 18, so chapter 18, 24, well, still gonna, the last day we're gonna be reading more than 6. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. So we won't be like spending our whole time reading the BN. Is this canon? Health? I guess so. But yeah, that'll be all for today then. And then for either tomorrow, I want to do Honkai again, but I want to do like the event. Either the summer one, I think. I don't know, I haven't logged in today. Or yesterday actually. Shit, I forgot to log in yesterday. I was way too focused on Arc Knights. But whatever event is on right now, I just want to chill. Take a little breather from the story, and then come back to the story on Monday or next week. Oh, and I do want to play Sonic Flies again. So that'll probably be on Sunday during the day. But yeah, I think we're good to call it off here. Thank you so much for reading along with me. It was a fun time. It's a lot of backstory that I'm excited to figure out. Man, you get 26 chapters. If my math rises, it should be around 4 different days. One day being 2 chapters longer than the rest. Alright, yeah. I'm gonna head off. Probably go to bed. Actually, no. Well, yeah, maybe. It's already midnight. It's about to be midnight here. So yeah, thank you guys for showing up. I'm gonna head out. And I'll hopefully see you guys either this weekend or Monday. So, peace. Where's my ending? Here it is. Oh yeah, and I will be making sure I have the chapters right on, like, put chapters for each chapter in the description, just in case anybody wants to check the bod. Alright, that's it. Peace.